The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review.
Mm.
The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said,
Yeah.
if you feel offended by these jokes, fuck it. We weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
Yeah. That's
All
good.
right, so ladies, let's take a shot.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salute.
To the industry perspective.
Industry perspective.
Sure, that's gone.
Close enough.
Yeah. Well, hello, ladies. Today
Hi.
we are on the industry perspective.
Ladies' night.
Yeah,
Ladies'
it looks a
night.
little different because we have an all-girls panel today.
The best.
How are we feeling, ladies?
Feeling good. I'm feeling toasty.
Ooh,
That shot.
I
That
like
shot got
that.
me. That
Got
shot
you to
got
where
me.
you needed to be, huh?
Sure did. Sure did.
So on the industry perspective, we pull back the curtain to give a little insight on how it is in the restaurant industry. So ladies, if you could take some time out, introduce yourself and what you do.
Right on. So my name is Dez. I previously have worked in hotels as well as in restaurants. Right now, I am working as a family assistant or family manager privately, and it's interesting. Very interesting.
All right. My name is Jamie. I work in hotels. I actually work with Dez for a little while. My title is director of outlets, and I kind of manage managers. Yeah.
Nice. Hi, my name is Marilyn. I work in the restaurant industry, restaurant bar industry, and I am currently a bar back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Marilyn and I worked all day together today,
Yeah, we
so
did.
it's so good to see you again.
Yeah. Same here.
So I'm Robyn. I'm a content creator, and I'm a bartender and a server, and I also act. So, do we all know what this bell is for, Marilyn?
I do.
Yeah, we have an idea for like
I
puns and jokes and all that.
okay.
Yeah. So you ding this anytime somebody says something that's like, "Ooh, ding the bell."
Ding.
Okay. A cute
Oh,
little moment.
oh, make sure everybody's phone is off because mine is not.
Mine is off. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm not
No,
one.
my-
My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay.
She's most popular, so we'll forgive her.
That's just my man.
Okay.
It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
She's like,
Humble,
Yeah.
humble flex. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jamie, you had a couple topics. So why don't you start us off?
Okay. A couple of topics. I think the one thing I wanted to really talk about was, I mean, we all went through the pandemic, right? And it was rough for everybody.
Yeah.
And I know that me and Des had some rough times, some really, really good times. I just want to hear everyone's experience, like going into the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic, because those are two very different experiences. So, like, when everything was shutting down, like what was going on in your head, what was going on, where you were working, and then reopening and dealing with like the guests and it. I mean, I know I had a rough time.
Yeah.
I have stories, like so many stories from everything that happened.
So you're the manager of managers. So did you have to work during the pandemic?
Yeah, so now I'm like the manager's managers, but prior
Okay.
to that, I was like the food and beverage manager. And so when we shut down the hotel, it was sad. It was like I was devastated. I remember shutting down and having to tell my team like the unknown, like we don't know what's going to happen. I think that our company did a really good job of like, laying off everybody and sending out notices, and even doing like one thing that I really love that they did was on the last days, like the hotel's closing. There's a bunch of food and all that stuff. They told the staff to come back and like, hey, come get a goodie bag, get food, take whatever you need for your family.
Oh wow.
Which was amazing. Like, just take whatever you need. But the other thing was, which was unexpected, that they actually gave like a small severance to everybody for healthcare.
Really?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
like a couple, like I don't know how much it was. I think it was like a couple $100, maybe like 6 to 1,000, for us to try to find healthcare just for whatever time we were closed. So that was really amazing for our company to do. But I mean, all the emotions going through that time. Actually, it was my birthday when we shut down. I had asked for that weekend off, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, you're getting laid off tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, like I guess so." I'm turning 31 and I'm getting laid off and everything. But I think the it's kind of like a sad memory, but like the best memory of that time was I remember it was me, you, and Zach.
Mhm.
And it was just like we were sitting there and we were just talking, and like we got so close because we were like the last managers there.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
like literally 3 people for the whole 24-hour shift.
Yeah.
So you'd be working like by yourself. I mean, because we're in different departments, we would see each other, but there'd
Yeah.
be nobody else from the front office team. It'd be myself. I do all the check-ins, all the checkouts, run all of the reports, and you'd have like, I think like a 10-hour. I don't think we were working 8
No,
hours.
no, well, because we're salary, so
Yeah,
you work
they're like-
all the
they're like,
hours.
oh, you live here now. So and
Yeah.
and one of our coworkers did. He got a hotel room and he stayed probably like a week after the hotel shut down.
Security or no?
No,
No,
front office.
got it.
Front
Yeah.
office manager stayed.
So did y'all not get unemployment?
We did
We did.
eventually, but because we were still working at the hotel, technically, like
Yeah.
we were still getting paid by the hotel up until I think I got laid off first because food and beverage ended. Because the last week it was just managers, so I was doing room service. So I was an order taker. I
Oh my
I did all the food. I ran all the tables to the rooms. I went to go collect all the tables, emptied out the mini bars and all that stuff. So it was me and Octavio, which was like the only cook, and it was just me and him on the
it?
phone, and a couple of other managers. But it was just like a crazy experience. Like
Yeah.
So wild. Like I
So-
worked overnight completely by myself.
Oh.
that shit's scary.
And our hotel is haunted, like fully, like multiple like deaths in that hotel. So yeah.
It's a little haunted, yeah.
Yeah.
I would never go down to that other pool.
There's certain
ever.
floors that you don't go
You don't
to.
know.
Like
What
at
did y'all
night.
tell the guests that it was haunted?
Absolutely not.
I would not. They were, oh, I heard this. I'm like, well, if you heard it, then I guess, you know.
See,
Oh, you
me-
would create that intrigue there.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, I
It's kind
know.
of cool, like selling that story.
A little bit.
I
see,
would
me,
I
I'd
would
be in
book a
there,
room
yeah.
because Queen Mary like makes money off of that.
That place.
That whole
is-
intrigue?
Yeah.
no,
no.
I'm not down.
What's the other one where the person was found in the
Oh,
water
Cecil.
tank?
Cecil
Cecil
Hotel.
Cecil.
Here.
That
place is
that
a
shit was
trip.
wild.
and it's still a trip to this day.
Yeah.
But there were so
Still a
many
trip.
things going on in that hotel too. Like I'm sorry, like Erica loves watching these documentaries. So
course.
there's like what's his Richard Ramirez from that hotel? I don't know if you know his
Mm-mm.
serial.
Oh,
yeah,
he
he's a
did stay
serial
there.
killer.
You're
Sorry,
right. He stayed there one
Who?
night.
Who?
When he committed a murder,
Richard Ramirez.
he stayed there a night.
Oh, the one
exactly. I
that
think it was a night.
killed
or
his parents?
two.
I gotta get on
A
my
bunch-
true
a bunch of
crime
people.
stuff.
He was weird. He got caught in East LA and
Yep.
he got beat up by the people.
By the people,
He was being
the people
hunted.
basically.
Oh, okay. I do
And
know.
they
I do
beat
know
him-
what you're
they
talking
beat him
about.
up in like the front lawn.
Yeah.
On the wall?
on the
They
front lawn of like
on the front
yeah,
lawn.
They
Oh.
they caught him.
Because they caught him. They saw him going.
I
through.
did see that. They didn't just tear that building down. Then
The only reason
It's-
why he
it's-
got
there's so much stuff
He's
going
so
on in
much
that
stuff.
hotel. It's
You
it's,
said what?
it's real creepy.
the only reason why he kind of, which is kind of what's crazy when they talk about women and they talk about like psychopaths and stuff. Like he was a psychopath for sure, and he was a murderer, and he created this intrigue in people, in women specifically, because they found him attractive.
Dude, I heard about that too. That
So
it's
that's-
so disgusting.
And it's kind of like weird because it's like women being attracted to the dark traits of men. I know we're kind of going on a tangent here, but women, we love talking about this.
Ooh.
yeah.
All right, well, let's bring it back then.
right.
We'll talk that on.
We'll get back to that though.
So,
Let's
so quarantine, how did we feel about it?
Well, so
Back to
I worked in Beverly Hills
Uh-huh.
at the time, and so LA shut down all the restaurants.
Yeah.
But Beverly Hills were like, oh, we're not really a part of LA.
we're above
So
it.
we were
kinda like
still
Santa Monica,
going on for a
too.
week. And even previously, when I was hearing about COVID, our restaurant wouldn't let us wear masks.
What do you mean they won't let you wear masks?
No, so
The
like you know,
aesthetic.
no, I guess
Aesthetic.
so. And I'm
Aesthetic.
it was like, before when it was starting to become a thing, and I'm like, some places were wearing masks, and
Yeah.
I'm like, can we wear a mask? And they're like, no, we're not doing masks. But this was before the shutdown. This was before the
so when
shutdown.
before the shutdown, so
Yeah, so then
okay, so the
LA
concern started.
Yeah,
okay.
so the concern. So
Yeah.
then LA shut down. Beverly Hills were like, we're not doing it.
Right.
And then they came in and were like, no, y'all all have to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we were done. but they were still doing pickups and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, you know that one bar that I like that by your house that I was talking about earlier.
Oh, our
They,
bar?
yeah, so
Oh, sorry.
but that's what they were doing. They were doing
Redacted.
like to go orders and everything. Actually,
Allegedly.
for a
Yeah.
while, the hotel was doing that too. Like when
Yeah.
we reopened, we were doing to go orders for the holidays, like
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Those
But
were annoying.
But so, how did y'all feel about being in quarantine?
that show was rough.
Really?
I mean, for
I
me,
did not feel that way.
I'm sorry. I'm like a workaholic, so I'm like
She enjoys working.
What?
to a certain
I'm
extent.
telling y'all that quarantine to this day was the best time of my life.
Robyn, I second you on that.
That was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
But what made it like?
Because like first of all, let me just say this. It was a back and forth with unemployment for me. So I didn't get paid unemployment until what, like 6 months, and they just dropped a bunch of money into my account.
Okay.
But I was living off of pennies, but I was cool because I had the housewives. I had I had the housewives. I was doing Sudoku on my phone.
Wait, what's that?
Huh?
Oh, the game?
Yeah, the game. Y'all, like, I would wake up and I'm like, dang, like, and I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta at the time, and I was just running through those episodes, like, but at the end of quarantine, I was 10 pounds heavier.
I mean, I lived on the
That's
couch for like 2 weeks.
Minor.
I just
10
moved
is
my bed.
nothing.
Robyn,
I'm
you're-
5'2".
You are tiny.
Okay, yeah.
You're tiny.
she's saying that like it's a problem. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
I'm like, that's
10 pounds in all the right
5'2",
places.
Yeah, no, that go all to
nice. That's
yeah.
a little snuggly. That's cute. I like that.
But how was it for you?
it was, you know what? I would say something that was like a blessing because my parents, like, thankfully, they were employed the whole time during like that.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
And that's something that I was scared about.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was not employed.
Mhm.
I was the younger because I used to have a sales job. And my coworkers were older women and they had families. So like obviously like I understood completely when they started laying off people. I was newer, first of all, and then also they had families to feed. So like they got priority, which I understood. Like it was no hard feelings like at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, like I was scared because I saw like I don't have a degree. I'm out here working the sales job. That's how I make my money because I had to hit an amount and make a bonus. And I was like, dang, I can't even do that anymore. So I can't rely on this income. And I was scared for my parents. Like, what are they going to do? Thankfully, that was not a problem. Like, it was really cool. And I met somebody during that time. And I got to travel for the first time in my life. Yeah, which was really nice. Like, I had the only other place I had been to was like Vegas when I was like little with my godfather and my godmother and my parents. I was like 9 at the time, and I got to travel the most during quarantine. So that was like really some of the most special moments. I kind of started guiding me to like what I wanted in life.
Yeah.
You know, like literally crossing borders taught me something. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, I want this life because my parents don't get to do that.
Right.
You know, for reasons, and you know, and I had like some of the best memories during that time, and I'm very grateful. And it taught me a lot of things that I was like, okay, so like what matters? Like I have food on my table. I may not have all the luxuries, but I have this and I have that.
Right.
And I do have and that to me was like the best, you know? And my family was always healthy, which was another thing, you know, because like I, you know, in my community, like people would talk and then you would hear, oh, so and so got sick.
Yeah.
So and so is like lost their job. So and so is gonna have to move. They can't pay the rent. And, you know, that wasn't my story.
Right.
So like, hearing that and knowing that it wasn't me, I was like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, you know, like that was really dope. And it also like my parents like cut the strings, if I could say, like it's something you say in Spanish. It's like they gave me more freedom.
Okay.
You know, like I was able to like go here, go there, and build a relationship with my parents. Like, oh, she's a girl coming of age.
Yeah.
So that to me was very special. And like it shaped me. And when looking back at it in hindsight, like I'm very happy that was my experience. You know, so when I hear other people, I can empathize a little bit because I'm like, hey, that sucks. I feel for you, but I can't really identify. you know?
And that's okay.
That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah, because everyone's
yeah.
experience is different. So,
Yeah.
It's personal to
But
you.
yeah, so it's just like and the only difference would be if I'm not talking about personal experience, I'm talking about like working in the industry. You got to see different characters of people. Like for me,
Yeah.
something that was, and I'll talk, it comes from a merely like vanity or very vain point was like I hated wearing the mask because I'm very acne prone. So I hated having to
Yeah.
have the mask here and have the humidity of like when I wash the cups
Yeah.
hit me because I would give me so much acne.
Yeah.
I'm like,
did.
yes, I can hide it under the mask, but I also hate it because like when I
can
look in the
feel
mirror,
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I got this new pimple, I got this, I got that.
And the smiles is what like sell you too.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
It's just like warmth, you
Yeah,
know, like you
and
feel that
welcoming.
more
Yeah.
connection with guests and everything because you can see the
Exactly.
smile.
Yeah,
You have to learn to smile with your eyes
Yeah.
at this point, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah.
yeah.
But it was nice to be able to talk. Like you can be like 232 is like getting on my nerves.
Right.
And like
So
when
you're
they
also
couldn't read
hiding
your
your face
lips, you know?
also.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I liked about it.
yeah.
That part was good.
I remember, like, it wasn't even just the mask. We had to wear shields at one point.
I remember
so when we
that. That was
reopened-
even worse.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we reopened, it was the mask on top of like a whole
The
face
shield.
shield,
Oh my
and it was like
God.
it was this whole thing. I don't know if you remember the first one that they bought. I fucking looked like a stormtrooper.
You.
And then it had that like the foam thing that sat
No,
on
no,
your
it
forehead.
wasn't.
Oh my
foam.
God.
I'm let me tell you, this thing was hard plastic.
Oh.
Like I have a picture of me in this shit, and it's just like a storm. I look like a stormtrooper. Like I had like a helmet. That's what it
Yeah.
felt like. It was heavy as fuck,
Yeah.
and it was definitely not attractive. Like
Not cute.
no, not even a little bit.
But you know what used to trip me out was when the governor would make people show their COVID cards before they came into the restaurant.
Oh, when they were checking.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like Marilyn, you probably know this a little bit better, but when people would come into the restaurant, they're like, "Why do we have to show this?" Babe, go ask the governor. This ain't got nothing to do with us. Like
Right.
this is not our choice. If we wouldn't choose for y'all to have to show your
Yeah.
card. That is the law at this point.
Because all the
Like-
back sass. Like, you think I enjoy like your
No.
attitude? Like, this
Yeah.
is not fun for anybody. Like, I
But
don't want to do this.
I'll be honest, like, because I was hosting at the time when I had to deal with all that,
Yeah.
and it definitely did not feel good.
No.
No.
It did not feel good. You had to have like it honestly created like it built character for me because like I'm
Yeah.
gonna deal with that. I'm the only person you can get through to that because I have to enforce that at that point,
Mhm.
and I don't want to do it. I don't get enjoyment out of it. So it kind of was interesting because like when people started to like get to not wear the mask, and I could see that, it taught me to weed out people who were like trusting, where I can just like guide you through it. I'm like, hey, when you get to the table, you can take your mask off and you can this. If I could trust you with that, when I remember your face and I know, hey, that person is like, they're gonna listen and they're
Yeah.
gonna be like that. If you kind of also give, because I feed off energy. If you give me that, I'm gonna give you that back.
Right. We're cool.
I'm gonna and honestly, because I'm human, like I can try to turn it on and off, but sometimes I can't. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you're gonna be like that to me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be even more anal.
Right.
Because what are you gonna do at that point? Like you're gonna cause a scene,
Yeah.
and I don't, because I'm not letting you eat what the Parmesan chicken wings or whatever. Yeah, okay, try it. Hey,
Yeah.
we have Chick-fil-A over there, baby. Go.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye.
No, but
Eat
like,
in your
you're-
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right though. Like honestly, working after we reopened, like made me a completely different manager because I wasn't dealing with bullshit anymore. Because when I first started, I was pretty green, and you're like that apologetic manager. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like,
Gotcha.
and I remember being that person, like where the guest is always right and you're constantly apologizing. Once the pandemic hit and like people started coming in, when they're like blaming you for everything in the restaurant, like,
Right.
why aren't you letting me sit 8 to a table? It's not me. This is a guideline. I'm not about to lose my job because you want to have like a big ass party. Like,
Right.
this is not my guideline. This is the fucking, as I said, it's the governor's guideline.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not losing my job. I'm not shutting down all stuff, but they will always blame me. I mean, there was that one time when I had someone follow me with a camera
Oh.
because I was covering as a hostess because I didn't have a hostess at that time. I sat the guests. They were there for 6 hours. The time limit is 2, right? But it was slow. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. we'll clean and you can sit there for a while, but it's dinner now. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave because I have other guests coming in and you've been here for 6 hours. Like, go somewhere else. But this guy came up and he was just like, "Do you know who I am?"
No, I don't.
This whole thing, like, I'm a fucking lawyer. If you want to lose your job,
I'm
and
a
like,
lord.
yeah, lawyer.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
about to say.
And he was just like threatening me with all this stuff, and I was like, I'm literally following protocol. If you're unhappy with the service, so you're more than welcome to leave. You know,
Yeah.
I want you to leave, actually. So then he was like, just get out of my fucking face, and all that stuff. And he started threatening me like with my job and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I go back and I was like, okay, well, I'll be back in 10 minutes to let you know when I need the table. So I go back to the host stand, which I was covering for. I called security, which was LeVar at that time. I love that man. He's so tall. And like, I'm like,
Oh, that's perfect.
let me just call you. Like, I know shit's gonna happen right now. Can you just come stand by me? And like the group got up, they came and they're like, can I have the card to your GM? I ducked down to go get the card and I come up, I have 4 phones facing at me. And they're like, this fucking racist, like kicking me out and all of this stuff. And now LeVar is just like, hey, go to the back room. So I duck down to the back room. They go up to her and start complaining about me and all of this stuff. But like, you go to that extent, like, you're so privileged. You feel so entitled.
It's so entitled.
You're
It
so
is
entitled.
privilege.
Like,
It is entitlement.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
after those experiences where you get cussed out and call these things, it's like, I really don't care what you think about me because I'm doing my job and you're coming at me like I did something to you.
Right.
You know,
right.
like,
Right.
What? But it really did change like my mentality and how I deal with things, because you're not going to come and tell me that I'm rude or disrespectful, because I'm not. I'm never that way. But I am enforcing certain things because it's part of my job.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not about to get shut down because you don't want to follow the rules. I'm not about to lose my job because this is what's asked of me. So the fact that you're bringing it on me is kind of like, what the fuck? No. And I've been more than polite and more than accommodating. So it's just those experiences are like, you know, what build my character and whatnot. So
100%.
yeah.
And that's perfect. That the best thing you can out of that situation is that you're at peace with yourself.
Yeah,
Because
like,
it always sucks, and people try to think that we don't feel. Like, you got to remember that we're human at the end of the day. Like, sometimes, like, we can clock out and something will stick with us.
yeah,
As strong as we want to be, you don't know, there's some days that we're not that strong.
Yeah.
You know, that day could be like an anniversary of something that you have no idea of, and we're a little like down, and then we're like, dang, like, you know, it hits closer to home that day.
Well, speaking of that though,
Yeah.
like showing up to work, and especially you, because you like you're a nanny. How do you deal with those days where your energy is just not there? And it may not be something in particular, but it's just like one of those days where you're like, I'm not feeling today.
It's not for me.
Today is not my day.
Yeah.
So like, how do you push through?
I went to school for acting, so
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking right there. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But hold on.
there you go. There it is.
Bam. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm also a pathological liar. So
Wait.
Yeah.
One second.
One more. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Really is all that it is.
Yeah.
I just lie. Yeah. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. I'm like, yeah, wildly unhappy. And yeah, I just smile through it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
But
all
what
I do.
about those days that when you? Cause I'm the same way. Once I clock in, first of all, let me just say this.
She met her match.
Right. So first of all, when I clock in, right, I don't mind if my coworkers and servers come and talk to me, and
Right.
we kiki. The managers in the first 30 minutes don't come and talk to me.
About anything.
Nothing. Don't come and talk to me.
No, actually, yes.
But
Because she was a manager as well.
I was a manager too.
Right.
But
No, Robyn wasn't like that.
regardless, don't come and talk to me. Right? Then I get out on the floor. Showtime.
Yeah.
Hey everybody. But a couple days ago, I couldn't turn it. If for some reason I couldn't turn it on. So like, how do y'all deal with it when some days where you just can't turn it on?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just like I feel my blood pressure going up. Like I know, like I'm getting like, okay, so a couple months ago, I walk into the house And this is absolutely absurd. There is a huge stain on the carpet. And
That's your fault before you even got in there.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So this is like, I'm looking at this like, what is this? There is a child who has spilled. Keep in mind, this is a child over the age of 10, right? So
Grown.
working hands. They've spilled something, and their parent has asked me to please assist with cleaning up the spill. Where is the child? On the couch watching TV, as I'm literally on my hands and knees cleaning up their mess. How did I deal with that? Well, you know what? I cursed that child out in my head, and I had to move on with my morning. But that was like a real unfortunate way to start my day.
Yeah.
Like a really unfortunate day.
A lot of your servers and bartenders do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
You just
dissociate.
you have to like just
You don't even know when it's happening, but it happens.
just kind of kill yourself a little bit, you know. You just let it,
Literally.
and yeah, it like I say all the time. I'm like, it kind of like depletes your soul, is what it feels like. It feels like
Sometimes, yeah.
right, because it's like, what am I even doing?
You're
right
like
now?
a real life Sims, low key.
Yeah, you're like, yeah,
It's a simulation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
I
just
just
need
like,
a little gem, and we're like,
yeah, I'm like, what is this? And
Yeah.
that puts things into perspective for me. And I'm like, we can't do this any longer. Like, we've got to make a change. Like, I'm like, that was a little bit of a wake up call. And I'm like, all right,
Got it.
we got to get things together.
Check.
This is not it.
Yeah.
Because my child would never, like,
your
I would-
imaginary child that you
my
invented.
my non-child, my non-existent child, I would never have somebody walk into my home and ask them to clean up my child's mess as my child sat there like
No.
with their hand like up their butt. Like, what?
Just chilling on the couch.
But you also like what I think it's like. This is why, and it'll bring me to a tangent. We should bring shame back,
Yes.
because if people are
Shame.
told that that's embarrassing,
Yeah.
they may stop doing
Shame.
it.
Oh,
You
I'm
know?
fully here for it. Shame.
Well, and that shame really just, it kind of goes with self-awareness, because
Zero,
if you
right.
do not have self-awareness, then you won't have shame.
The privilege.
Yeah.
The privilege.
No, and you know what's crazy? And I love that this is not to bring race, but to bring race. We're an all minority panel,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so we know that comes from our parents.
Yeah.
That comes from our parents, like, you know, and they don't know any better, and to say this that they've shamed us.
Oh, fully.
This is why you feel that.
Yeah. Because my mom, and this is a little, you know, but whatever, this is what it is.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my mom would tell me, we'd be in the store and a song would come on. I was like maybe like 5 or 6, a song that I like in the store. I start dancing in the store because it's a fun song and I'm a child.
And you're a child.
My mother would tell me, she'd be like, stop bipping and bopping around because white people are going to think that that's the only thing that we know how to do. Shame.
Wow.
It sounds really fucked
Yeah.
up.
But like, sit down.
But sit down. Stop dancing and doing all this extra shit.
Yeah.
Sit down. And some people were never told to sit down. Like,
Yeah.
they don't feel like that constant eye of be better, do better. You're not fitting in. They don't feel that need, and they should.
And
Well-
and I kind of envy that sometimes, though, to have that.
Just be like, oh, it's me.
Like,
I'm-
it's me.
yeah, I'm her. Like, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
Have
And
a seat.
I mean, you can turn it. I mean, I definitely can turn it on and off sometimes. Where it's like, sometimes I do think when I'm feeling a little bit insecure, like I think people are analyzing things more than I would.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's kind of nice to also have that, because like I think like it makes me act proper, and I think that that's a great thing. Like, as a lady, like, you want to be a certain way, because I've definitely had moments where like I'm ashamed, and I'm like, and it comes from my parents. Like, because if my parents were to watch me back on a camera and a camcorder, I wouldn't want them to see certain things, you know.
Some
I
behaviors.
feel
Yeah.
like
And
that's
that's
like
kind of a-
self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, just being
Yeah.
know where you are.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you're in public.
And we
Like,
kind
Yeah.
of want people who come into like spaces to think that,
yeah.
you know, like,
Well, and then on a race like level as well, it's like
yeah.
it shouldn't be this way, but it is this way,
Yeah.
where if you are a minority, a lot of times you are the representative for your whole minority.
Yeah.
Like it's you. Like because you did something, now all Latinos do that. Now all like you know what I mean? Like all black people do that because you did that in front of somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not it shouldn't be that way, but sometimes you kind of are accountable
No,
for your
100%.
Or only because you aren't in
100%.
that room.
Yeah.
Like the thing that you have to take into account, maybe it's not like that in like general, but like because of like where we live and because of the places we go to, like it's mainly Latinas and this, you know, like blacks and Asians and stuff like that. Wherever you go to, you know,
Yeah.
LA is very much that
Right.
way,
Yeah.
you know, very clicky.
Yeah. Huh.
People know like we have like a separation, little Tokyo,
Little area. Yeah.
yeah, little
Mm-hmm.
India, like there's like the, so we are aware of that, and I think that you just when you walk into a room and you're aware of that, like for like we know that like LA, very clicky, very like Beverly Hills. You know what kind of behavior you gotta go with.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
know,
there's a
You-
standard.
people would try to ignore it to try to be like all inclusive. Yes, you should be,
right.
but you also know that
Yeah.
it runs a certain way.
Yeah.
Like let's not kid anybody.
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
It
So-
shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
But we can't
But it is.
undo all that doing that's
Right.
been done for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Exactly.
Sadly. I mean, we are like if I look around you guys, we are that generation to break that though.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know?
I think that we are though.
Yeah.
I think that we're
And I
breaking.
think it's beautiful.
I mean, sometimes, not gonna lie, you know, I'm serving tables and I feel like it's a little setbacks sometimes. But for the most part, I feel like our generation, and I'm hoping that we're gonna be raising our kids a little bit better,
Yeah.
breaking generational like traumas and things like that. And I just feel like when I have kids, I
Mhm.
feel like I know how I want to do it.
Yeah.
And although I feel like I had a good childhood, it's not gonna be like that.
I'm not gonna tell my child to stop bipping and bopping in the store.
Yeah.
Bip and bop away.
Bip and bop, but listen, but hold on though. Bip and bop all you want, but if somebody coming down this aisle, bip and bop over to the left a little bit. You know what I'm
Facial
saying?
awareness.
Yeah.
Don't be bipping and bopping and tripping people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come
she
over
said
over to this corner
Still
and bip
have
and
some
bop.
shame, but
Right.
not that much shame.
Not
And I'm not
shame-
gonna shame you. You just gotta know to shame yourself.
Yeah, not shame and having fun. Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Express yourself,
yourself.
but express yourself in your own space. Like don't be in other
Yes.
people's spaces expressing yourself.
See, that's the
Right.
thing that even when it comes to clothing, I'll bring another point talking about modesty in my family. And I won't get on that tangent, but my mom always told me
Uh-huh.
you can wear whatever you want,
Mhm.
just not wherever you want.
Okay, well let's
So if you apply it to life, not even about the clothing, you can do whatever you want, right?
Right.
Not wherever you want.
Okay, well let's get into this.
Yeah.
This. So, last week, right?
Okay.
I'll take a sip for this because I love her story so much.
You say you love my story?
No, mom is a storyteller.
I'm ready.
I do. You're right.
Her impressions are on point.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I
Okay.
know.
I
No,
tell
no,
stories
no.
all day. I might start the
Okay,
pot a little
here
bit
we
too.
go.
You should.
Everyone-
I might
everyone
start.
look
I might start a little rumor too here and there, but I don't know. Yeah.
So we have a game.
I heard
that
yeah.
so we have fun at our job like we have fun for them. I always mess around that I'm gonna start a burn book and like spread rumors and stuff. And me and Robyn and TJ Timothy, and I love him and we are all friends. Me and Timothy had this back and forth that I'm gonna start this rumor about you, and I'm like I'm gonna start a rumor about you. So like we have fun with that, and it's just jokes.
It's
We make
cute.
it
But
fun.
one of the jokes I did get a rumor started about him a little bit. So people were really coming back to him like, wait a minute, is this real?
about Dustin?
Huh?
About Dustin?
I said
TJ
no.
and
I
Dustin?
said no names. Now.
No, it was like a TikTok, and you're a little TikTok star. So you
Oh
said-
no, not that.
okay, never mind.
But we're real quick going back to like wearing stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like last week, it was a girl. She came in,
Okay.
and it was during the day. Let's say it was like 3-4 o'clock, right?
Mhm.
So she had this. I don't know if y'all have been seeing it, but it's
The
called a
time
micro
matters.
skinny or a micro
Skirt.
skirt.
It's
Denim?
the size of a bell. Yeah.
It's there we go,
Yes.
right there. It's
Was
about,
it
like,
denim?
I don't think it was. No, I think it was just black.
Like that Fashion Nova stuff?
Yeah, it was definitely a Fashion Nova fit.
Fashion Nova
Yeah.
fit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was cute. It was a cute fit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So, like you said, it's about the size of a belt. So let's say about 4 inches, right?
Teeny,
Like,
tiny.
you know, like about that big.
Yeah.
Kid you not, no exaggeration. Whole ass out. Whole ass out. So I'm just like walking down the restaurant. She turns around to go sit in the booth. And I see this lady's whole ass. Now, my thing about that is, number one, if I had a son
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. My son shouldn't be exposed to a woman's ass out in public.
Right.
Then number two, my take on it is, if a man came in there with like a Speedo or showing something of like
I would still
his
be
genitals,
uncomfortable.
he would be escorted out. And I just feel like, so I want to know y'all take, but like, how do y'all feel about women coming in with super risque outfits?
It's unsanitary.
Okay.
Honestly, you cannot put your bare buttocks on furniture. Like, especially if it's not like a pleather or a plastic material, your secretions are now embedded in the
Yeah,
fabric.
and it had to be like a little thong that she had on or something.
That's no protection at all.
And also, we will mention, like, back again to the industry perspective, when you're working, you don't know if your server is wiping down that booth.
No.
You don't know if the server assistant is wiping down that booth.
And they
That's how
not.
people get pink eye.
They not.
honestly.
Go ahead.
So like, if you're thinking about that, of course, and also, it might not. You may think that it's us judging you.
Mm.
We'll have guests come tell us,
Oh, fully.
Yeah.
because
But here's the thing though. If we were at a party, babe, go off. Fit is fire.
Right.
And
Fire.
I would even give grace if it's 10 o'clock
but
at
she
the
said
restaurant.
4 p.m. She said 4 p.m.
But if it's 10 p.m. at the restaurant and she has that on, I'm not even gonna be mad because why is your kid over here at the restaurant at 10 p.m.?
Right. They should have been at home.
They need to be in the bed.
Right.
I might give you a pass if it's.
know where you are.
Yeah.
I might give you a pass if you have bottomless mimosas and that happens, but we don't. So don't do it.
Yeah. Put pants on.
Yeah, like
Yeah. That's not. I think that's wildly inappropriate. It's just. We're not at a beach. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just not. It's
So-
not the
and
right
the people
place.
will complain that's like, you're paying overpriced cocktails.
Right.
You're paying overpriced plates. And then you turn around and you see that.
Oh, I'd be so
It gives
put off by that.
it gives
Yeah.
strip club.
Right.
and it
without
was
the
his,
stripping.
fine.
Yeah, but it's not that
That's-
time.
and it's okay.
when
Know
you're
where
playing.
you are.
and it was
That's
even
know where you
I
are,
think
you're
it was
not.
like it wasn't even the weekend. It was like a weekday.
What are you doing?
Was it Monday?
Tuesday.
Huh?
Tuesday? I'll let us.
So-
You let the Tuesday go?
So how did you handle that? Did you say anything?
So
to them?
I did.
Okay.
And so and guys, keep in mind though, everybody's keep saying to me like, "Oh, when are you having kids? When are you having kids?" And these are like the little like little things that like scare me about having kids,
Right.
because like
Aw.
I don't want my children to like, see stuff like that. I don't want my daughter to see a man overly exposed. I don't want my son to see a man overly exposed. So I genuinely was uncomfortable, just as I would be if I saw a man coming in
Right.
and he wasn't
Alright.
dressed the way that he was supposed to be.
Right.
So I did tell him, I'm like, why is this okay? Because I know if a man came in here, y'all
Right.
would turn him away. So
Wait,
why did y'all
so-
think that was okay?
So you told the guest that, or you told your manager about
My
it?
manager
Okay, so
that.
what did your manager do?
So
They're kinda
she said
scared.
something to the GM,
Uh-huh.
and the
They're
GM went
scared.
and said something to the security.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry.
now
what?
here's the thing.
they're trying to play
I love
politics
my
right there.
my security.
Politics.
I love my security.
That's what it is.
But they be letting the women get away with murder.
I know
Right.
that, but
Yeah.
just fucking deal.
Oh, of course.
Handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like,
handle.
No
but,
one wanted to handle it.
But
no
they
one
know
wanted
they
to
no
handle
they
it.
went to security because she was already seated.
Yeah.
She had already ordered food and drinks.
She should have never made it past
Oh.
security.
Yeah.
But that's why I even took it a step further. I went to go talk to him too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went.
I
I was
love that.
saying
Did we continue serving this woman, or she was asked to leave?
no. They went and told him like, hey, listen, because they didn't see her.
All right.
He saw her. So they went to him and they were like, hey, moving forward, So we are putting enforcements on our dress code.
Right.
So this lady, that wasn't okay.
Mhm.
So moving forward,
Does this
do
guy
not
still have a
let
job?
this. Yes, and then
I'm sorry.
I went to go talk to him
Mhm.
to reinforce it after the GMs to let him know.
Make sure you're
Again,
heard.
yeah.
What the?
Not
No.
again.
Because honestly, yeah, that's wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes me feel like really gross as well, because now I feel like, again, if a man would have walked in, it would have been, you would have tackled this man down and get out of here, we're calling the police.
Yeah.
You
You're
this
being a
and you
creep.
that.
But she's being sexy.
Exactly. And that's my problem.
And
So-
they did. They turned somebody away who had a tank top on,
So you
Exactly.
can't
and
show.
he ate us up on Instagram too.
I'm sure he did, as he should have.
Yeah, he did.
Wait,
he
wait,
ate
he's
us
the
up.
actor? Was he the actor?
Yeah, you heard that? You
I
heard that?
heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was-
was going
it
around the
was on-
restaurant.
He
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on live and everything.
Yeah, he ate
So
us up.
He's
ate
a
us
known
up.
actor.
Okay, we'll
And
we'll,
he-
we'll,
he
we'll
pu-
catch
what-
up on that
but he
later.
pulled that
Well, I want to know who it is.
No, we can't drop names.
not here,
After.
not right now.
Okay, I'll tell you later what show he was on.
Later.
Uh-huh.
later.
Because I don't watch the show.
Is it like a show that's on right now? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, the.
yeah. see, this is how I am at work. I can't let this tea just go over here. I gotta spill the tea.
No, this is why Robyn,
Uh.
like when she's clocked in and she made a skit about this, which I found funny because I consider her to be one of these coworkers, and she made a skit about like when you clock in and like you work for certain people, that it makes you have fun and it makes the shift go by,
Yeah,
like, you know.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
for listener, she's one of them because like you talk to her, she's a fun time, but she's also focused, like she's doing her stuff, like she's not gonna slack off to have fun,
Yeah.
you know.
She's like, we're gonna get work done, but we're gonna have a
That's
good time
important
doing
because
it.
there's some people who will play the game who will slack off,
Mhm.
just have fun, and you're entertained, so you forget
You're like,
that
you
they're
haven't
slacking
done
off.
anything.
Exactly.
But do okay. So you two are managers though.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ooh,
I mean, she's my Robyn. Well, she was my Robyn. Until
Oh,
she
so
left.
y'all-
until
so y'all
she left
two-
me. But
Oh, so y'all two, like when y'all saw each other on the shift, y'all were like,
Giggles.
"Oh, this is gonna be a good shift."
yeah, absolutely.
Giggles.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jamie would definitely be the more.
More
I'm
what?
goofy.
What? Wait,
I'm
more what?
still- like,
Wait, I'm sorry. More what?
No, just a little bit more, more focused. More focused.
I've been told that.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
a little
I mean, it's a good
A
thing.
lot of focus.
It's a good balance.
It's a good balance.
it's a good
We
balance.
both can't be.
Exactly.
No,
freaking-
we can't. Then there's
you
no fun.
know,
Yeah,
But
one is enough.
But we
can't-
would have a good time, like
Yeah.
because there's just shit that happens, and I'm like, where the fuck is Dez? Like,
Yeah.
I need Dez right now.
I'm in the back with my vape. Like, what's up?
I call that. I call that the fantasy.
Yeah.
Because you
The-
know
the
what's
what?
funny? Even in the art of seduction, they say that with you gotta be able to create like that fantasy for somebody else. So it makes people have pleasure to be around you.
I love that.
Yeah.
But it's not always serious. It's not always like this.
Yeah.
It's not grounded in like we have to do this. It's kind of like I want to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not good for me, but it's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
but you know
Yeah,
what?
you gotta
I will
dabble
say
in it a
this
little
though.
yeah.
I will say this though. Being okay, so being like the funny, goofy one at work is one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then also being a black woman at work, right?
Oh,
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
it is a little hard
Yeah.
though when I'm not like super smiley or super happy.
Oh.
Everybody's like, "What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong?"
She's mad.
And it's like,
She's got an attitude.
no, nothing's wrong, but I'm just not in that mood today.
Right.
And I remember it was one day where it was a lot of stuff going on like with my husband and everything. And so like I wasn't like my regular goofy self or whatever. And as a black woman, sometimes you like I'm not gonna say that sometimes like we have to put on that show to make sure people don't think that you're the angry one. But at the same time, sometimes I internalize it because when everybody kept coming up to me like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Why aren't you smiling?"
Mhm.
I'm like, "Y'all, I don't have to come every single day
Right.
and perform and put on like
What it feels like sometimes is you're here to dance, so start dancing.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does. It can feel that way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like that's my personality to
Right.
perform and dance and everything.
Yeah.
But when I don't do it,
Right.
and I know that
Leave
from
it.
my coworkers, it's coming from like, we know you silly,
Mhm.
but I internalize it as sometimes like,
Right.
why aren't you dancing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Put
And
on
it's like,
put on your show.
yeah,
Put on your show. Put
but
on
I
your
know
mask.
that's not really what it is,
Right.
but that's just what I'm internalizing.
Well, I don't think that, I mean, I think that's very common. So why is that common? Why do you feel that way? Why do I sometimes have that same experience? If we ask other, like, so I know that it may not be like the intention of our coworkers or friends or whatever, whoever's coming to us like that, but at a certain point, if we're all having this like common feeling, maybe we should kind of tell our, non-black counterparts, like, please be mindful of me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I am a human. Like, I am layered. I am not just one thing all the time. And if I'm not what you thought I should be, please don't like kind of like almost condemn me for not being like
Hold it
this.
against me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
And just coming from a more like personal thing, I know how it is at our restaurant. It's like a family. So I know if I'm not being myself, everybody's worried. But sometimes I do take it a different way.
mhm.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that she's sharing it. She's getting vulnerable because I've known Robyn for a couple years. It's like we touch base on that now.
Mhm.
And like I love that on this show, like now I'm getting to see a new perspective from that because like I consider Robyn to be like hilarious. Like she's funny.
Mhm.
And there's been like instances where like let's not even talk about her like going through something. She's just being like, and and she'll be like, "No, I'm being serious. Like it's not funny."
Yeah.
Something as simple as
That's another thing. Too.
yeah, that's
But
not,
that's I created that.
but I'll say this like something so simple that's not serious
Mhm.
because I won't talk about like when she's going through something. I'll talk about something as simple like I thought she was fucking around with me with I get to the bar one day and she's like telling me to try watermelon with like cinnamon on it and I'm like you just think I'm this like gullible dumb girl. She's like no, it actually tastes good, like try it. I'm like, you're playing, but I'm down. Like I'm down. And then I tried it. She's like, what did it taste like? And I'm like, oh, that's not bad at all. But I'm like, you're not being serious because like she's just funny. Like she doesn't try to be funny. She's naturally funny.
Yeah.
So like, of course, yes, and I know I have seen that in an instance, maybe not that serious, where she's not herself.
Mhm.
Maybe not even. I've never seen her sad, but I've seen her a little like serious.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. We weren't close then or anything, so I never like try to overstep or anything.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, oh, she's not herself. Like it does worry you because
Mhm.
I work around you. Maybe we're not close friends. We're not texting each other every day, but I see you every other day.
Mhm.
So I'm like, dang, what's up with her? Like,
Mhm.
what is she going through? But I don't want to be overbearing. I know my place. We're not friends. Like we work together. She's a strong woman. She'll deal with it.
Mhm.
But now to hear her perspective on that and like see that, and it's like, wow, like I can empathize, like
Mhm. Yeah.
and I appreciate that honesty where you're being vulnerable to be like, hey, you know what? Sometimes I take it this way.
Yeah.
Like everybody just wants me to put on a performance
Mhm.
because I've created this character almost where it's like I'm always funny.
On.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate that because even when, and Jamie, I was gonna ask you about this, but like even when I started to manage, it got a little sticky because you joke around all day, but when I'm being serious with you, like I gotta tell you the real.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. Like, why did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So like,
You want to be like, what the? But you can't do that.
Yeah, and,
You got
and
to filter.
and it's kind of hard.
It's
So
hard.
like, how do you like? Okay, so you're like a manager, not only to like everybody, but even to the managers.
Right.
So like, how do you feel like I have to be serious with you, and I don't want to come off like a bitch because that's how it is with women.
Right.
But you got to lay down the law.
Honestly though, like I think with my management style, it's not always just about like the rules and doing it this way and all that stuff. You have to get to know your team, so I take the time to get to know my team, to learn about their personal lives and whatnot, so that it's not always like I'm trying to attack you or I'm trying to like fire you or whatever. I mean, I've done a fair share of my firing, suspending, and all that stuff.
No,
A
you know you
lot,
didn't.
a
No, you
lot.
didn't.
It's comical, actually.
You had to
A
fire
lot.
people.
They call me the cleaner.
She
The
is.
cleaner.
You not you Donald Trump.
She's her.
No, but I will say this though.
No,
like,
but it's gonna be on HBO next. Cleaner.
if you've been suspended or written up or fired by me, you know exactly why you got fired.
Ooh.
It's not something.
So it's no.
You're not
confusion.
confused.
Surprised
Yeah.
because
Confusion, right?
I'm a person that likes to give opportunities. I will have those conversations with my team, like what's going on, because I know them. I get to know them, so I know, like you said, like you don't always have to put on a show and all that stuff. So when my staff is like acting a certain way, I'm like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You're not acting like yourself.
Yeah.
But that's, as a manager, you have to find that time to dedicate to your team, to get to know them, because like you said, everyone's human. Everyone has things going on in their personal lives. Not that you have to tell me, but I know when someone's acting out of character and it's not like they're not behaving like they normally are.
Right.
Like you can be the most amazing server, and if you're like having an off day, I'll call you out on it. I'll be like, hey, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on? Do you need some help? Do you need a 10? Do you need to go take a 30? What's happening? But you
Right.
need to talk to me. But you have to build that relationship with your team.
You
and
have to.
not
You
everyone
have
does
to.
that.
You have
And that
to.
tough love, like as much as you want to hate it, in hindsight you can't.
You can't. And
You look at it and you're like, I'm thankful for that.
right. And like, I mean, I had you talked to like Fernando about this a couple days ago. Like, I'm a type of person that likes to promote within. So if I feel like you have potential and you want to put in the work, I'm gonna push you forward. Right. I'm not someone to hold you down just because I feel like if I lose you, I'm not gonna find a replacement. No, like I'm growing, so I want you to grow with me. But that's the same thing. Like you have to put in that time with your team, get to know who they are, be there for them. If you don't build that bond, that trust and stuff, you're never gonna have their respect. And so, like I said, anyone that I've ever written up, fired, suspended, they know exactly why. Because I've talked to you about this a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I
Yeah.
fought to keep you and you still fucked up. So it's not on me at this point. I don't feel like guilty about it because I've done everything I could for you.
Right. Like we
everything.
were working on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
She does. I mean, Jamie is a highly compassionate person, friend, manager. Like, that's how she works. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm like, you are putting so much energy into this person. Like, she, like, really genuinely cares and like goes out of her way to make sure that she's done everything possible to like uplift this person and like really like given them everything that she has. So at the end of the day, if she's telling you like, hey, like we got to let you go, like it's not working, it's like, whoa, you really fucked up. Because if Jamie has to tell you like it's bad, like it's really
it's
bad.
really
So
fucking
did
bad.
you ever have to let go somebody that you were like,
Yep.
damn?
Yep. And it was like the disappointed mom. Like literally, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
The mom
And
never gives up.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
just. I mean, the last person that I let go, I fought to keep them on one last time, and I had the conversation. I was like, you were about to lose your job. I fought for you. Please don't disappoint me. Like, don't disappoint me. I fought for you, right? I come back from vacation. I had to let him go.
Yeah, because at a certain point, it's like
I can't. I
you
can't
keep
give you that.
you hear, and you're probably up there in the chain, and the higher you go,
Mhm.
the more anal it gets. So I know
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
it gets harder, but I mean, I hope that I haven't changed as a person or as a manager because I care. I've worked with them since from the bottom.
Yeah.
I
right,
started
but that's
an
what I'm
assistant
saying.
manager,
So like, if you're hearing from them up there that's above you, it's like, listen, I
It's so
can't
bad.
keep hearing this shit from
Yeah.
them because now you starting to fuck with my whole get up. You gotta go.
yeah. So it like I said, it's hard, it's a hard thing to do.
It's
It's
hard,
not
yeah.
easy. I'm not gonna say it's gotten easier, but like I said, it's if you're getting let go and I've talked to you or whatever it is, you know exactly why. So it's not one of those things. I've fought for you to give you certain opportunities. And so I know like not a lot of people will do that, but like I care. Like I
Yeah.
really do care. So
That's
it's
another thing.
It's always
yeah.
like I I'm just disappointed than anything. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, why?
I'll also say, I think it makes it like being like a manager myself, I found it very difficult to kind of discipline or correct my
Mhm.
coworkers
Mhm.
because I was not a very balanced manager.
What do you mean by that?
I was a little too friendly with my staff. I was
Okay.
a little
Same,
too
same.
a little too casual.
Same.
And when I have to like come down on someone, I would always do it like, you know, as mildly as possible. Like I'm not trying to like hurt you, but like I have to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes the stark comparison from like us king in the back office to me being like, you're below standards right now. It's like a slap to the face. The thing is, Jamie has a really great way of like being personable and friendly, but not going so far over.
You're
Like,
gonna start making me cry right now.
Oh.
no, but it's
Personable.
true.
Personable is a perfect compliment.
It's really
Yeah.
it's
Perfect.
really true, and I'm a little and I know that about myself, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
this probably isn't for me. Like and that's totally fine. Like
Yeah.
not everybody is for
Bill,
everything.
Because you know,
Robyn, I'll give you a compliment that my sister gave me when you were managing. Because
mhm.
I used to work with my sister as well.
Oh, okay.
And me and my sister have our relationship. We live together. We
Mm.
share a room. And I always like, she was always so tough with me, obviously, our relationship. But in her workplace, she always struggled. She didn't have a backbone. And
That day she did.
she,
I know what you're talking about.
well, I told my sister, I was
I
like,
was
hey,
like, who the fuck is this?
I don't know her.
when you start working here, you're gonna deal with this, and it's your money, and it's your tip, and you're gonna have to speak up. You're not gonna act like how you behave with me,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not gonna deal with Marilyn out there.
Right.
I'm your sister. They're not your blood, and they're not your next of kin.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about you,
Right.
Not one bit.
not you. So you're gonna have to be this way. And I was giving her tough love because I'm her oldest sister, and so that day, Robyn was managing, and something that she brought home to me, because I wasn't there that day at all. She told me, she was like, something I appreciate about Robyn was that not that you tried to be neutral, like you're very personable as well. Like I would give you that compliment, but something she appreciated in you was like you took the time to talk to her, then you talked to the other person that was involved, you talked to both of them at the same time, and then you formed your own opinion based off of your own judgment and everything.
Mhm.
And so she appreciated about you is not that she's gonna say like, oh, Robyn had my back. No, because you didn't take sides. That's something that's difficult to do, right?
Mhm.
Like you say, like she was friends. You knew the other person longer. My sister had only been in the company so long, and you weren't friends with me. You just knew me, right? We worked together. You were managing. My sister said like it made her feel good. You helped her build confidence in her. You didn't even know this, and this is the first time we're even talking about this.
Wow, I didn't know
That you made her build confidence in her, that you were like, dang, she's like, I know I was doing right, because Robyn was like telling me like, yeah, you did good. And speaking of, she gave her points. She wasn't even like, you were right. Like she's like, I didn't want to hear I was right.
Right.
She's just like, I just wanted to know that what I did was right.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I was standing up for myself.
Yeah.
So that was something that I found really dope about her. And I was like, that to me, whether she knew that I knew, which she didn't. It's probably like a year later that I'm talking about this, a year and a half later, actually. And I was like, yeah, that showed me about her character. Unspoken.
But I think that's what makes like a good manager and bad
Yeah.
manager, because because there's always
Yeah.
like so many sides to every situation. Or
Like,
story.
And
So
she
you need
learned
to-
how to like put herself aside to see that.
right,
And that's
Because-
not always
yeah.
easy.
you can't just like
Because
oh
my-
yes, this person said this, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
no,
react.
she was
You
not
don't-
like that
you
at
can't
all.
just react.
Yeah, I in that situation I stayed neutral, but I was just talking to somebody about this last night.
Mm.
I've never worked with a staff that's so confrontational. And being
Oh, my little sister's
but no,
confrontational.
but listen. Being confrontational is not a bad thing, because that just means that like you're able to confront things, right?
Yeah.
However, I would say the front of the house, I would say 80% of our servers, hosts, bartenders, they gonna say what the fuck they gotta say.
Right.
They gonna say what they gotta say.
Right.
And then we got that 20% of people who are just super nice, quiet, and that 80%, they will run over them.
Overpower. Yeah.
And
Fully.
and like her sister, I don't know how she is.
She's quiet, but she's gonna say
Yeah.
she's quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how she is with her sisters and her family, because that's a whole different person.
Mhm.
But like at work, her sister was quiet.
Right.
And like, you know, me and her sister would kiki here and there, because I try to kiki with everybody a little bit. Try to get a little bit out of
Personable.
everybody.
That's
Right.
so you
Yeah.
can know them. That's why.
But her sister went up with one of the grand dames of my restaurant.
Oh, okay.
I mean, one of the top dogs of my restaurant.
Freaking Potomac.
So no, for real,
Literally. Yeah,
Potomac.
I got you.
One of the top girls at my restaurant. And so when they brought it to me, I'm like, y'all two?
Yeah. Her.
Y'all two going at it? I'm like, you would. And her sister is Leslie. I'm like, what? Little Leslie? Like, what?
Going back and forth.
So
No
when
names, no names. I'm just kidding.
so when her sister came to me and told me like the situation, I just was like, good.
Okay.
You advocated for yourself. I don't know, like,
Yeah, you didn't get personal where it's like,
I didn't get
oh,
like,
I'm friends with her, and she didn't even make it a money matter because I know the other person makes money.
yeah,
You know, like, and she didn't even make it like that thing. It was like, all right, I hear you, but I'm gonna hear her too,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
and then let's get this resolved.
Yeah.
I don't care how you feel. You treated that situation like that perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't care how Leslie feels. I don't care how she feels. What's the truth?
Yeah.
And then she stood like a judge, and she was a judge.
and then at the end of it, like, so, like, you know,
and that's I appreciate that.
I told her sister, I'm like, I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself, because
Yeah.
not a lot of people are able to do that in a workspace.
It's hard.
And so we all sat down, and both of
Yeah.
them are like, we just don't want to work with each other. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's get this understood. We don't have a lot of people.
Yeah.
So y'all are gonna work together.
You don't get to
Yeah.
pick and choose.
Y'all don't have to be friends,
Mhm.
but she's gonna work for you and you're gonna work for her. You gonna pay her what she gotta be paid. You gonna do the work that you have to do for her. And that's just gonna be what it's gonna
And
be.
fair is fair.
Yeah, and fair is fair.
And you know what the funny thing about it? Like, that person, I'm friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my sister. Because, like, she showed me something through her character that I can also respect.
Yeah.
And I also had, like, a bit of friction with her, which I won't get into.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she's a person that I respect because she also has a backbone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that to me shows me, like, she's a person of character. And that to me matters above all. Because we can have friction, but if we can hash it out and be together when important things happen,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because that tells me something about you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my sister, and that's my sister, and I love her, and she's my blood, and I will always choose her over you. But you're still a dope ass real person,
Yeah.
and I still respect you. So, like, she's a person that you can respect, aside from whatever. So, like, yeah, like, that's why I give credit when it's due.
Right.
Me and Chris is like back behind the scenes. We always make a joke that we're haters, and and I love to hate, but I'm also a real ass person.
Yeah.
Where respect is shown, respect is given.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Period.
I think it's pretty fair. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I try to be. That's like my whole drive in life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a fake person, fake nice, and it's I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Even at jobs, but you know, like, I try to show that.
Okay, so on the board,
Oh, we didn't address this. We should.
so it says, is lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle okay? What, on my fries? So,
What?
okay, so before I explain this, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are, like, just let's just go through, like, what are the questions that you get that makes you cringe? So speaking of this, right? I was taking a lady's order and I was asking her about the burger. I'm like, well, so is lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle okay? And she was like, what, on my fries? And I'm like, no, on your burger. And she's like, oh, my bad. Yeah, hockey. So, what is the number one question in the industry that just makes you want to just jump out your skin? Or go clock out?
The automatic, can I get an upgrade? So when I used to work in hotels, like front desk,
Oh.
Oh, that's different to our experience.
Yeah, that's different.
someone is checking in, right? And I've started the conversation off like, "Hi, welcome. So nice to have you with us." Right? I'm doing like I'm on, right? And they slap down their ID, they slap down their credit card, and before I even have time to look up their reservation, can I get an upgrade? What upgrades do you have available? None. Now none. I've got plenty. When I tell you the house is empty, the house is empty. But with that attitude, like flirt with me a little bit. Tell me, you know what I mean? Like bullshit me. Like let's play the game.
What was
like,
the other quote they had? There was like, can I get a shot of beer and a kiss?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Give me a
okay.
kiss.
Okay, so
Like,
but before we go on to the next question, like, okay, so until TikTok, I didn't even know that was a thing. I just got the damn room that the people gave me.
that's what I would appreciate.
Right.
So I mean, right? So
Wait, she has a wait. Let me hear her.
So my question to you as a front desk person, like, how do you get an upgrade? I didn't even know that was a thing until like a year ago.
It's a thing. Don't.
Wait, Robyn. We should cut here so nobody else knows. We can get it, Archie.
Don't secret out there.
Listen,
It honestly, it depends
I don't give
on.
a fuck. I want to know what's
Yeah,
up.
no.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on if we're busy or not. Honestly, like if I'm busy, then I'm busy and I don't have it to give. If I'm not busy and I have it to give, then I'll probably give it. Like, just don't be.
It's the attitude.
Yeah, don't be entitled to it. But if you tell me something like, we're really excited to be here, it's my mom's birthday, and we're taking her out for a treat, like this is like a special day for us, say less. I'm going to send you champagne. I'm going to send you strawberries. I'm going to upgrade your room one tier. I'm going to give you an extra welcome drink. I'm going to do all of that for you. But if you come to me like the last time we were here, like our room didn't have this.
Then why you back?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
It's honestly that. Like you can also ask for an upgrade nicely. Like, hey, if there are any upgrades, we would really appreciate that. The number one way to do it is to say that and then slip a 20. Just simply.
Oh, I can do.
Wait, don't forget,
Yeah,
Mister.
the-
Wait,
I
the
can
money.
do. I can do
Wait,
a good 50.
the-
I can do a good 50.
who's on the 20? Jackson's on the
I don't
20.
know.
I don't care who. I don't care who on
President
there.
Jackson.
Yeah. Just
No, I'm kind of winging it over here, but I think it's President Jackson.
yeah, be nice and you'll definitely get it.
Got it. Okay.
just
Got it.
kindness,
Got it. Got it.
honestly. Don't
But the
come
money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
Okay.
on the 50?
Do it with money.
Okay. So.
She
Okay.
said-
So wait. So. Okay.
He's like, "I'ma
So
take notes."
nice.
So nice.
Compliment.
Compliments. Great.
Compliment. Okay. Check.
Yeah.
Don't ask outright.
Don't ask outright.
Okay.
Slip a 50.
50 to 100.
That's
Check.
that's a lot. You don't even have
She
to
said
do
a
that
20,
much.
Robyn.
Huh?
You're trying to
But
say
if she said 100, if I do,
You're
if she
fucking-
said 20,
wait,
if
stop.
I do 100, I can get in the penthouse.
You
No.
really can.
But
Okay, period.
You really can.
all right,
She's taking notes.
but you're
like-
fucking it up for the
Right,
you're,
right.
You're fucking it up for the rest of us who only got a 20.
You still get an upgrade, just not.
Girl, it ain't my damn money. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this in my notes.
Put it in the notes. It when I tell you, it makes such a huge difference. And even if now keep in mind, it's not a guarantee.
Of course.
Just because you put, oh, I got 100 for you. Okay, whoa, like thank you so much. That being said, if I don't even have the upgrade for you, I'm gonna feel like shit. Like now I almost want to slide it back to you because I feel bad.
Okay,
now,
if you don't got that room, slide it back.
now I'll send a.
She's gonna slide it back with a 20.
Yeah, you're right. Change.
Wait. Here, look here, babe. I don't have it. Here's 20 back.
Right. I don't have that. But what I do have is a coupon and some change for you. Is what I have. I can give you that. That's all I can give you. Right now.
And then I slide it back and be like, give me some champagne.
Yeah, right. We're going back and forth with it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And all the camera see is slip and slide a bunny.
I'll work with you too. I'll tell you. I'm like, you know what? Today's not the day. It's a Saturday night. It's graduation weekend. Like, there's a lot of like people in. Tomorrow, on the other hand, you're here for 3 nights. I can hook you up tomorrow.
okay.
I
Yeah.
can't hook you up tonight.
I won't unpack.
Yeah. You're my favorite type of guest.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will tell you, don't unpack. If you unpack and I have to go into the room and pack your stuff up, I'm not going to move you.
I won't even touch a
I
thing.
didn't
There you
even
go.
know that was a. She's like, that was.
I won't even.
possible.
I won't even sleep in the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. Yeah.
I'm in the tub.
Yeah, I'm in the tub. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to the penthouse,
Right,
Dad.
exactly. Yeah.
You're out in the balcony.
That. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so Jamie, what's your cringe?
What's your
question?
cringe question?
It's not necessarily a cringe question, but when they ask to speak to the manager and they're like they're literally asking for compensation, which this actually just happened to me yesterday. It's like, so what are you gonna do for me?
Ooh.
This experience is terrible. It's the same type of thing, but it's not my first interaction with them, and they're just like, so this and this happened. This always happens when I come. What are you gonna do for me?
What are you going to
What
do?
are you gonna do to me? Well, I
That is
mean,
a good one.
yeah, because it's like, if this continued to happen, why would you keep coming back? Like, obviously, our service is not up to your
Because
standard.
you're going to do something for me.
So, I had this guest. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the lady?
You
The,
know,
the pizza lady?
motherfucker, the pizza lady.
Pizza lady.
The
you guys
fucking,
are
the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
pizza lady.
But more than a
But-
connection, it's
But
love between
in
you
in
guys.
multiple hotels though. So the one that we worked at, when I had to deal with her, when she was like, she promised me this free, that I did not promise her anything.
Really quickly, the 99-year-old man.
Oh no. Okay, we'll
you
talk
feel
about
bad
him in a
for
little
him.
bit.
You
No.
went like this. Your heart.
Oh,
you
because
your
it
heart.
was sad. It was really, really
this is a really
sad.
sad story.
It's
It's kinda
But
funny,
let me
too.
go back to this lady real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
because this
You
woman,
guys are opposites because
thi-
you went like
this-
this, but you went, haha.
yeah, this woman still comes around to the current hotel that I work at.
She's back.
She's back. I've kicked her out, and they fucking keep letting her back in, which pisses me off because it's
They're
not even a
respecting your judgment.
Right.
before I even kicked her out, I let my GM know. I was just like, hey, this is a situation. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. This is what she would do. This is what she do. She'll come in. She'll order 10 tastes of wine. Can I taste this? Can I taste this? Can I taste this? I was like, bitch, you've
Which is
had
wild.
2 glasses of wine already. You've tasted everything. The wine list hasn't changed.
What did she
Like-
get lit after like the second
Yeah,
taste?
no.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. After tasting 10 glasses of wine, can I get a half a glass of wine? We
Half
don't
a
serve
glass.
half a glass of wine.
Half a
But
glass.
because she's so annoying that my
2.5.
team was like, here, just fucking take the half glass of wine. Right? Because they don't want to put up with it anymore. She's already had 10 tasters. Now she's having asked for half glass of wine. Then she orders the same thing every single time, has half of it, and then sends it back to the kitchen. Meaning she'll order the oysters to have 4 pieces. She'll eat 2 pieces. Oh, it wasn't right this time. It wasn't right the last time and the last time before that either. But you could, oh, it wasn't good. Like, I don't want it anymore. Can I get a half order of pappardelle? Bitch, you are like, what are you doing?
Wait,
Why are
but
you
you're kind
here?
of giving me the gameplay for like when I'm older and
No,
my
no, no.
retirement.
This is
And I can't afford my retirement, but I still want to drink.
You wanna
don't
be cute.
don't come to
I'm
my
gonna
hotel
go
because I
there.
will kick you out.
Like,
Tell you that right now.
I appreciate a good con. Like,
Dude, no, but here's
Yeah,
the
she's
thing.
a calm woman.
Here's the thing. So you know how she used to go to our hotel, and
Yeah.
then now mine. The 2 new managers that we hired, she used to go to their hotel too. So this is where I was like, nope, she's
round.
done. I'm
So
done with
she's
her.
a stalker.
So she goes and does this at every single hotel.
at
So I was
luxury
like,
properties.
I told my GM, I was like, I'm kicking her out.
Where
I'm
does
not,
she
I'm not
live?
tolerating
Yeah.
this shit anymore.
I'm
It's
not playing these games.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you come, you eat half orders of everything, you do 10 tastes of wine, you order half a glass of wine, then you want things.
I'm not
huh?
gonna lie. That sounds like my auntie. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You
be lying.
gotta stalk
Yeah,
her
yeah.
back. She'll be
Yeah.
scared.
No,
Yeah.
this
Just
woman
show
is
up where
the
she's
I
at, yeah.
googled her because she
See, now
went to
she's-
go complain
that was
about me
personal.
to Desiree at the front desk, or maybe it was our other friend that worked at front desk,
Mm-hmm.
but was like, that Asian manager did it and all of this stuff, guaranteed me this, and she was so rude, and I'm always the rude one, always, but
It's okay.
which is fine. I don't care. I know
Yeah.
I'm not rude, but she starts complaining about me, and so she gave her card. I took her card and I googled her name. She's a therapist. Sorry, no, not even a therapist. She's a
Oh.
life coach.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
And you know it's so crazy.
the
because-
biggest con. Like,
She's
yeah.
She's a life coach.
And she be probably telling her clients this and that.
Yeah, all that stuff. But like, so I kicked her out, and then they're like, "Well, let's give her up to." I was like, "Okay, well, she can't order hot food, and she can't have tastes of wine. She'll consider at the bar. I'm not providing her full service.
This
Why do you want to come back? Why do you want to come back to that?
Every single time.
Every single time. It's the same
She's
shit.
lonely. She never comes with somebody,
See,
huh?
No, she's by
Shame.
herself.
That's my point.
No
We were talking about
shame.
earlier.
Well, no, yeah, because she doesn't come with anybody because
Nobody
she knows,
likes her,
It's
Robyn.
embarrassing.
Nobody
Like,
likes
why
her
do you
enough to
do
be
that?
with her.
I mean,
They
come
saw
on.
through her bullshit
Yeah.
the first time, the
No,
second time.
we can't
But
go
think
with
about
that.
it. But think
We
about it.
can't
If
go
you
with
know
that.
that you going somewhere, this is where I go every Thursday to cut up.
They don't want to
I'm
be with
not
her every
bringing nobody
Thursday.
with me
Right.
to go cut up.
No.
So
Oh.
she does have shame.
Yeah,
There a little bit of it.
knows.
To a certain
Nah.
extent.
Yeah.
Have you seen her with anybody on a Thursday?
Never.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. But
We
yeah,
will never know.
I hate her.
We may never know.
I literally was like,
Speaking-
I don't want to deal with her.
Speaking of asking for a manager, I had a
Oh,
like,
is that what's gonna make you crawl out your skin? Like that's your ick at the.
no, I was just kind of like
No, we were talking about icks though, like
Icks.
because I have mine and I'm kind of eager to say
Well,
it.
okay, yeah, well, no, I'm just
No,
like,
just because me and her work together, so we know what it is.
well,
You
no,
know that-
I'm just like speaking on like asking for a manager,
Uh-huh.
right? It was this lady. She was going on. I will say this. Granted, what she was upset about was completely appropriate.
Okay.
What she was upset about, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
However, she kept going on and on and
People
on
fucking
to
do
me
that 'cause
about
she
it.
She wants to be heard.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me go get a manager. So I tell the manager, I'm like, go over there and talk to her because you know she's upset about X, Y, and Z. The kitchen was taking too long. They oh no, the bar was taking too long. They had a new bartender making the drinks for people.
Mm-hmm.
The drinks took way too long, and they were upset about that. Which I agree with that. I would be upset as well.
Right.
So I'm like, go over there and talk to her because they drinks are like it's taking too long. They finished their appetizers. The drinks are
Right.
still not there.
Right.
So he goes over there and he's like pouring up water. He's like, how's everybody going? How's everything
The
going
manager's
and
doing
all
that.
this stuff? The manager.
Okay.
And I'm behind him and I'm pouring up like
I
waters
know who
for them
that
as
is
well.
already by her movement.
Yeah, I'm pouring
I'm
up
just playing. I'm just playing.
you know. I'm pouring out waters and stuff for them.
Mm-hmm.
The girl don't say a word. She don't say a word. So he walks away. I'm still pouring up the rest of the waters and stuff. And she keeps going on and on and on to me
you?
again. I said, hold on, babe. The man that was just over here in the suit and tie, that was a person you were supposed to air your grievances to.
Not me.
Not me. I can't do a thing for you.
Right.
Just as irritated as you are about the drinks not coming, I am too.
Right.
Because I gotta hear you talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This messing up my bag too.
Right. Yeah.
Like this is messing up my light
We're
my
in
light
the
bill
same
too.
boat. Yeah.
We're in the same boat, babe. You don't have your drinks. I don't have my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you was supposed to let him know he was gonna get you together.
Right.
So he's gonna go over to the bar and be like, "Hi, so what's up? So I want to. What happened to this ticket?"
Yeah.
No, he ain't. No, they ain't. They ain't gonna do that.
Not
well,
him.
They just gonna,
we know what you're talking about.
Okay.
They just gonna take a bunch of shit off the bill,
Not
which
not
I'm cool with.
not the
as long-
person I'm thinking. Not the person we're thinking about, Robyn. No names, but not the person we're thinking about.
Yeah.
But the other person. If it was daytime, daytime.
Oh, if it was daytime, if it was day. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
They had the pressure of somebody else sitting at like 214.
yeah,
Not the table number.
She knows.
but I'm just like this. Like I was confused because I'm like, I always get so confused when like tables like, even if it's not my table. Go ahead.
So when he went to the table and poured drinks, you told him that this was the guest was upset.
Yeah.
Did he probe? Did he be like, house service? Da da da. Did
Yeah,
the manager?
he went over. He was like, "How's everything going? Y'all okay?
Okay.
Do anybody need anything right now?" She was like, "This."
So she was given the opportunity.
She
was
was
giving-
and that's on her.
And what I appreciated
She
is
was trying to
everybody
be
at the table
hostile.
with her was like, "Yeah, why didn't you like say something to him?"
Oh.
Tell him.
her.
And then she was like, "Yeah, go get him again." Yeah, babe.
What?
Yeah, babe. Let me go get him
No.
again. Long story
waste my
short,
time.
long
I'm
story
sorry.
short, they pay for just the appetizers that they got,
Uh-huh.
not the drinks 'cause they never really got them.
Right.
Not the food because she was like, I don't want it anymore.
Uh huh.
And Yeah, they walked out. They paid for the stuff. They left, and I got $0, and that's what I was trying to avoid.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to tell her. Hey, if we all don't get this rectified, we all gonna be SOL.
Yeah.
See,
And that's the
tough
worst
part.
thing when like when you actually give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
because
you
it was
give
her
a fuck, if
birthday.
you were trying and you actually give a fuck, like when I don't give a fuck, it's like, babe, get him, and I'll take my sweet time. I go to the back. I go to the mirror. I look in the mirror. Yeah, I'm gonna get him. He's
Oh yeah,
in the back.
that's what you be doing.
That's what I've been doing.
Because I be looking for you when I need help. So
You play.
so
We
you in
don't
the
work-
back looking at yourself
we
in the
don't-
mirror, and I'm over here running around.
He's an actor,
That's where
y'all.
your bar back
Don't
is?
forget that. We don't work that much together. Shall I bring out the schedule? We don't. We don't.
We don't.
All,
We
all of
play.
a sudden,
She
you don't
plays.
work that much together.
No, we don't. I swear.
really sticking
I'm
to
not
it.
even lying.
No, but for real, she more so bar backs than like bus.
Okay.
How
But-
is that? As a female bar back, how is that?
It's fun. I work mainly during the day. I have more control over my like day, what I want to do, and it's kind of like fun because like, I work with my friends like mainly during the like, we all have dreams and goals, and I like pretty much I'm friends with a lot of people. I'm closer with some more than others, but like I grew to have respect. Like I used to work nights all the time mainly, and then I've done a lot of positions. Like I've been essay, I've been
Tell
the
them what
host.
SA is. Just say busser.
But I also bartend a bit because I'll make drinks for somebody and I'll get them taking shots and I'll make them drinks. Like, you want an old fashioned? Boom, boom, boom. You want another one? And I'll pressure you for that. Because I'll be like, oh,
She's a
that was
good
looking
bar
kind of
back.
are you babysitting? And then boom, boom, boom. Like, of course, yeah. So some people like to call me half a bartender just because
She's got like
but-
one foot in the
Yeah,
Honestly,
bartending
the
door.
ones that's like to me are the best bar backs, the ones that want to be bartenders because they work that much harder.
yeah, no. And then like I definitely do that. I like to drink, so I know what I'm talking about.
We all do.
So like
yeah.
yeah, and like I have fun with them, like, and I learn a lot from my peers. Like I'm never a person who's too good to like take an opinion from something,
Yeah.
but I have my attitude and my personality too. Like I'm not gonna lie, because like I also observe, like as much as you see me and you see my flaws, I also see your flaws.
Yeah.
Because
Uh-huh.
we're around each other, and I see that, and like here's the thing, like with bar backing and stuff like that, when you're a female, it's definitely a lot different when you interact with men.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great
Because
question.
men-
I mean, not a question, but that's a
Because the
thing.
men
Or a
will
topic,
treat
no,
you
it's a-
Don't even get me
Another
started.
topic.
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
And I think it goes either way you want it to go. And like something that I have is like I have a great poker face. Because there's some men who will come up to me and be like, you don't smile, you don't laugh. And there's men who show up like 20 times and I won't even talk to them, but twice to like, hi, welcome, here's a menu. And then boom.
Done.
Or a water.
Yeah.
I barely met this guy tonight, and he was like so cool, and it's nothing personal against him, but it's just my character. He's been there like maybe 20 times, and I told Chris the story, and I'm like, he's super dope and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, I should have talked to him sooner, but it wasn't on my mind,
Yeah.
and I think like that's part of being in the industry. You kind of weed out like people who are there to flirt, people who are there to actually have a good time and enjoy their drinks, people who actually care about the kind of cocktails you're making, because
Yeah.
like everybody has an ego behind the bar, and I love that. I love the competitiveness of it. Like, you don't want nobody trash talking your drink, because
Ooh,
out
see,
here
that's where I
sometimes
fall off.
there's times where
I
people
do not care.
there's times I don't
I was just talking about that today. I do. They were like, oh, because we're having a competition. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
We're having a
no.
competition. It's called like the War of the Whales. Like,
Oh, okay.
they're like, who's competing? Y'all competing? No,
Because
I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care.
And then like one of the bartenders, he was like, if you would shake your espresso martini up, it would be more foam. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
The drink is made. You can
Yeah.
drink it.
Yeah.
If they return it, I make it over the same
same
way.
way.
So you
Right
want to
back.
try again for a third time?
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
like no.
It is what it
mm-mm.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about when it's not competition, like the company's making you participate, but when it's like you and it's just your ego in it, there's difference in it. Cause like I like to make a joke and I'm like, I don't kiss and tell, But obviously, like whoever regulars that I do talk to, I'll hear things like so and so is this way, so and so is that way.
Mm-hmm.
They will never. You make them nervous when you're like, who? Because you're like, I'm instigating it, and I'm kind of like, who? Who are you talking about?
Trying to
And
get
they'll
the
be
hot
like,
goss.
oh, like you put them on the spot, and
Yeah.
you're like, I have to name drop because if you pry on their credibility, you dismantle them completely
You're like,
because
well,
they
you
don't want
said
to look like a liar. So that's a game. It's a free game right now. They don't want to look like a liar.
Master manipulator.
Wow.
Like truly, Marilyn is
Wow.
a master manipulator.
Great. She a master manipulator. I'm a pot stirrer. I'll be like, who?
Yeah, right.
Oh, she didn't make your lemon drop good.
Right.
I'm like, girl, listen. So I'm not. You ain't heard it from me, but Zach, the
Little
regular
Sally,
that come on
little
Thursday,
Sally.
girl, he said your lemon drop was not good, girl.
I like what she does. She's like, Jamie, she would never.
She
She would
would
never do
do.
that.
Like what?
Whole time she would.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
And you guys talked about it in the back before
Right,
going
fully.
out. She would.
Because that doesn't sound like them. Are you sure that was
That's who you talked
Jamie?
to?
And then I'll start describing long, like dark hair, like she's wearing like a blazer. That's
Yep,
like,
that,
kind of
that
like
was her. That was her. That was her.
the Asian ones.
the Asian one.
Yep.
Is Asian? I don't see race actually, so
But
I
you
wouldn't
could-
know.
You could
I
fuck
flip
with
it
them
on
that
him,
way. You'd be like, but she's actually like, is she Filipino or Japanese?
Yeah, 'cause
And
I
they'll be like,
don't know.
I'm racist.
Yeah.
Like I'm racist.
Okay, so
turn
wait,
it on
back to the questions that you were wanting to tell. What is your number one question?
Your number one.
Oh, your it question.
Oh, like when I was hosting, like it was for sure. We get a lot of celebrity clientele at a restaurant,
Okay.
and I dislike, and it makes me like cringe when. And I've had this happen a couple times when like when they're like, you don't know who I am.
Ooh, I hate that shit.
Yeah. And like I kind of like they made me feel stupid one specific time. And they were like, "Yeah, I have so and so," and I'm like, I have no idea who they are. And I'm a person who like I'll be honest, I keep up with social media, I keep up with TikTok. Like, I grew up with that. So I definitely do keep up. And I've met a lot of like celebrities that I love. Some that I don't even like, but I know of them and I've
Right.
met them and I've had to accommodate for them and everything. And I've had somebody come in once who I had no idea who they were. Until this day, I have no idea. And the manager comes in like I gotta set like one of them
They
I did
act
know
wild.
Ruby Rose, which is I'll mention her, and she's one is popular. I think she's dating like Drewski now, and Drewski's
Don't
like
know.
a regular.
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
I know Drewski.
She's
but,
like a
Not
rapper,
Ruby
but
Rose.
I didn't know her, but she's come in before a couple times. But the
Yeah.
second time she came in, I didn't really know about her, and she's come on some podcasts and stuff like that, and like she's come in and whatever. Like I've accommodated her, like her. That's not who I'm talking about, but it was another person, and it was this like European artist or whatever. I basically got a server to pick up a booth in the back of a section that wasn't even open. And it was kind of out of like their section, which I know they hate, but they were so cool with me. And these people were so insistent that I kind of was like so anal about it. Like, come on, please, like, do this. Like, well, I didn't have to do all that. Like, they were cool with me. Like, dude, yeah, I'll do it. Like, extra $30 or whatever, right? I didn't even know who they were. But it's such a cringe when you don't even have a popularity like that. And you come in asking for that. They had phoned me before.
Oh, to say like, oh, we're coming in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, whatever. Like, when you come in, maybe I'll see your face. Because sometimes I'm like, I can't put a name to that face.
Right.
Sometimes I know that maybe it might be me. They came in, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, and then I opened up a section for you. I had to bother somebody else to like walk out of the area, and then you go in and it's like, you're there for like, they were there for like 3 hours. It's like, baby, if you're that famous, don't you have shit to do? Like,
Go
that's
somewhere.
my,
Yeah.
so it kind of made me cringe at that point because it's like, you're making, it's kind of pompous. And it's kind of like very like, what was that word we talked about earlier? That was kind of like,
Entitled.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the overall theme. Entitlement is annoying when you're not even that, but
It's like, sit down. Just
yeah,
stop.
just be real. What if you're like, I have an artist, what this is and that. We want to have a private section. Dope. Just be real with me. Like
Yeah.
I'm a human. I feel too.
Yeah.
Like but That was the thing. So that kind of makes me cringe. Or artists who are famous and like,
And they're just like they're rude.
Just doing
yeah,
too much.
because
Rude.
I've met Bad Bunny and he didn't want to take off his mask during COVID for 30 minutes, and it's like you're coming to a restaurant that's in the middle of like the hub of like every other city surrounding it is Latino,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even want to connect with your people during hard times.
Okay, but let's talk about that.
You didn't want to do that.
But let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I feel you, but at the
But-
same time, though, what if? Because like I meet celebrities,
Yeah.
but what if they just really want to just come and eat and have the dining experience, but they don't necessarily want everything that comes with it. So like sometimes
Perfectly
I'll
fine.
have like celebrities that like we had T.I. come in,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what? Better yet,
Yeah, better than Ti, baby. We gotta do better than Ti.
what?
Shade, no shade, all shade.
ATL the movie? No.
No, great movie, but
Yeah.
he's a little.
He's a
No,
little aloof.
I love T.I.
It's the-
Tip,
it's-
I love him.
it's the
Well,
diddle
I
for
actually
me.
ignored him when he walked in one day. He walked in with Tiny, his wife.
Uh-huh.
I said hi to her, and I didn't say hi to him.
You ignore T.I.
Feminism.
I did.
I love
I
that.
wasn't. I wasn't trying to. He was covered up. That's not my fault. Not my fault.
Don't ignore Tip. So listen.
No, he was polite. Actually, he was a gentleman. Not gonna say anything about him.
So
Okay.
I had I don't know if you guys know the show Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cole, that's on the show
short one?
Martin.
He's
Yeah.
a regular, huh?
I don't know if he's a regular, but he came in, and when I started to serve him, I didn't tell him like, "Oh, I know you. I
Oh,
love your
what?
show." I just served him regular because I wanted him to just have a good dining
Yeah, they
experience,
want to have
Right.
and not like the whole like I didn't want him to have to like put on.
But
or
is that what he
perform.
wanted though?
Huh?
Did he want that?
Well,
I feel like you can tell if someone wants that or not, though.
yeah, he was just
Like,
he was
He was
real-
cool with it. Like
he was real
chill?
chill. Like I
Okay.
just, I'm still like my regular self.
Yeah.
But when he went to the bathroom, his girl was like, what are you here for? And I'm like, oh, acting. She's like, oh, ask him about like, some tips and stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
So when he came back, I was like, so like, what are some tips that you have for me? But from the beginning part, I just served him like he was just like a regular
Keep
person.
it
And
cool.
I think that he appreciated that.
Yeah.
But
they-
I always like when we get celebrities in, I always keep in the back of my mind that maybe they just really want to just dine in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of times that's why they go to our hotel is because we don't like, oh my God, this is like, is this person?
They don't
that-
have a celebrity status. Or,
it's
Yeah.
like they want
Yeah.
that normal experience.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's just, it's nice. It's nice to see because it's honestly sometimes really humbling to see them just be regular guests.
Regular,
and
yeah.
yeah. Not all of them are like that, but there are some that are. I mean, I think the one that stood out to me the most was when we had a Stevie Wonder.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
wait,
Yeah.
wait, is he actually
Wait.
blind? I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding.
That's what the folks say. He
That's
not.
what the
About
folks
the
were saying that
singing?
he be looking.
No, about a server that approached them in a way that they didn't like.
Okay, well that was
Well,
that server, but they love the other server.
They did.
They did.
There was just one encounter
One encounter, and it was that particular server
with
and
one
you-
server.
You
Y'all
already,
know I
you
love
already
stories. I
know.
love tea.
you already
She's like,
know
"Give me-
why
Please do tell.
that was the issue.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
go ahead. Start it up.
You-
No names, but who was
no
it?
names.
No,
No
names.
names.
What?
Yeah, we can.
Who was it?
Wait.
No,
No,
no
without
names. No names.
No names.
No names.
A
It's just
pseudonym.
her-
A pseudonym.
In a
personality.
very short.
No, you don't even gotta tell the short. Tell the full.
I think it speaks more to like. Okay, so basically there is a server who is of the Caucasian persuasion, and she is
Wait, what is that?
white. She's a white woman.
Oh,
Yes,
I think I know a few.
a few.
From the caucus area.
I've met one once. Yeah. She's a white girl who exclusively dates black men.
No.
Oh.
Well,
We met
No.
him at the restaurant.
she likes to
Yeah.
pretend that she exclusive. She's just-
Correct. That's
she's
correct.
very much into black culture, and she thinks because she has a real like thick like figure that she's
She got a big butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she
We're
she
well, hold
She's
on. We're Rob at?
appreciative
What
of
we
the
talking
black
about this?
culture. She's an educated woman from the
Mm,
Caucasus
it's
Islands.
giving
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
no.
Mm-mm.
It's
From
giving
the-
culture vulture is what it's giving.
Culture. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
giving it's giving cultural appropriation. It's
because as a
not.
because we know when
Yeah,
y'all are raised up in the trenches in the hood.
She wasn't.
That's all you know.
That's not.
Because that's
the
just
case.
you just. It don't matter if you white, black, Asian, Latina. If you a hood bitch, you a hood bitch.
Right.
But we can tell.
She's not.
She's
we
not.
can tell when it's like a little put on.
Force.
It's a
It's
fetish.
100%.
It's
It's
honestly
offensive.
like
It's
it's
a
a
fetish.
fetishization.
It's offensive.
Yeah.
And
fully.
that's what's offensive.
And it's so offensive. And she's like the type of
Yeah.
person to be like, I have this Black Lives Matter bracelet
She
that I
has to
just
say black.
really want to give to you because I
Don't
saw
want
it.
it.
It's too much. Anyway,
Don't want it.
Also,
That's offensive.
a Stop Asian Hate bracelet that she tried to give to
Yeah.
me.
Just-
and I
She try to
said,
give it to you.
yeah.
the Stop Asian Hate one. Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. I was like, I said I don't wear jewelry.
We gotta hear that story after. How did she give it to you?
It just
In a
just-
box?
But anyways, so long
So
story short,
she because she does not know Black culture, especially older Black culture. Stevie's not like a kiki hip hop boy. Like he's an older man who in his family, they need to be.
they're really nice.
They're Black
too.
royalty. They
You
should
got to
be
put some respect with them.
absolute. Don't come up to them like, "Hey, girl," like that's absolutely not
No,
what we're doing.
don't tell me that that's what they
What
did.
I don't know what she said, but the energy
But
she
her
brought
energy is
over.
always like, honey, sweetie, sweetheart, like all the time. And I've told this person before. I was like,
Right.
you need to cut that
Stevie's
because
damn
not
near
everyone.
70 years old.
not
He doesn't want
everyone's
some
respect-
like
You cannot do that to black
30-year-old
boomers.
white like
Black
woman.
boomers,
Like,
you can't do
you
that to them.
cannot. Like,
I'll
it's so
interrupt
And like
here.
her thing was like, I'm so cute. Like that's what it is. It's like no,
It was
it's
so-
not cute.
yeah.
I
It's not.
watched Stevie perform live, and everybody went pin quiet.
Yeah,
Everybody had to get his piano in the center of the room, like perfectly.
yeah.
And then all the audio engineers were like checking between them and checking
It
their.
was amazing because
Yeah, because, like-
that day or the later in that day, he actually was like, "Hey, can we play with your musician?" He took out his harmonica and started playing with the musicians that we have.
Wow.
He-
At the hotel?
At the hotel.
It was
No.
People were losing their shit.
No, his whole life is
so humble. He's
wrapped
so humble,
around.
like super sweet.
His whole life is wrapped around being an artist. Cause like you gotta remember you're dealing with a man who like one of his like five senses is gone. He can't see, So like this man is in another world that you can't even fathom.
Yeah, but
You
speaking
know?
to what they're saying though,
No, yeah.
yeah.
I'm going on a tangent on artistry. Like I'm thinking
Yeah.
about like giving it some artists. I'm not thinking about her because I know her. She's simple. She's plain minded. She's
Yeah.
thinking about like
yeah,
a fetish.
You
That's
cannot,
different.
you cannot play with black aunties and uncles like that.
And when I tell you, they said, "Don't bring her back to this table. You better find somebody else.
No.
Ooh.
You better find somebody else for this table." Nice though, of course.
And then there's like super polite way too. It's
Super
like,
polite
Yeah.
way, but a very direct. Like, this is silliness.
Yeah.
We do not associate with silliness.
That's like he had to deal with that though. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like he already has so much like.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that when I understand what you're
I
saying.
think it's like personally just like that personality with whatever was going on, but him and his family were just
Yeah,
so
they were
sweet.
lovely. It was
So like he's like
her.
the nicer celebrity, that I've
Girl,
encountered.
what?
I've dealt with like other ones that are not as nice
Yeah.
or as humble
Mhm.
and whatnot. But there are some that really just want to go in a restaurant and have that normal feeling of just being out.
Yeah.
And instead of people like, oh my God, can I take a picture? Oh my God, can I like all of that stuff? It's they get that already all the time for the paparazzi. They don't need to get that when they want to go to their favorite restaurant.
But
And just,
also,
yeah.
if that happens, I feel like you should take that with grace. Like,
Yeah.
I understand you're like, you know what, that's not what I want to do. Like, I really wanted to just enjoy like this like quiet moment with my family at a dinner. Like, I completely respect that. But as a public figure, it kind of comes with the territory. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that that's not what you wanted. And, it's like, oh, it kind of like ruined our vibe. And like, I'm sorry for that. But like,
But see, but I expect that of the guests,
not the staff.
but not the staff,
That's
because
fair.
I've had staff that's like, I'm going to ask for a picture, and I'm like,
No, you're not.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, and
I was like, leave them alone.
and it was like a situation where we had a server she wanted to take a picture with the celebrity, and a manager was like, "You can't do it," and she was like, "There's no written rule that I can't." And I pulled her aside. I'm like, "But why?
Leave them
What's
alone.
wrong?"
Like,
But now, if it's a guest, I can't stop a guest from doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the very least, the staff, let us try to like
Right.
give you that normalcy. You know what I'm saying?
so the other thing was like, obviously he's a celebrity. He actually asked the other server, was like, "Hey, would you like a picture with Steve?" Like,
Let's do it.
which is different because the wife asked, was like, "I know you want a picture." He because he has a harmonica because it's his idol, but he wasn't gonna do it. Like, he really wasn't, and he was just like, his wife was like, "No, do it. Like, I'm gonna be okay." He's like, "No, I can't." But because she insisted, I was like, "Go ahead." It's not like you were like hovering over him and like, "Let me get this picture, let me get this picture," and all that stuff. They asked you because you were doing your service was great. You were humble and all that stuff. They enjoyed your service. So we know you're a fan. Go
Come
ahead.
on, let's go.
So it's
Yeah.
very different. The two interactions were like fucking opposites. So
Night and day. So
Night
yeah,
and day.
now they're like,
yeah.
he looks, or this other server looks like just like 10 times better in comparison to this silliness that walked through the door prior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so go
so
ahead.
with Bad Bunny, the reason why it's
Put the
different
mic
is
up.
I was hosting by myself, and I made sure that because he wasn't there with them, he came later, and his other three friends, because there were four in total, they came up and they asked for a table, and they said somebody really special is coming, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have the special table for you, and I could only open up this one. Thankfully, we were on a slow day. Thankfully, he wasn't being bombarded by people, but a lot of my friends were working, like, were the staff, and they were respectful, and they were just excited that he was there. It comes with the territory. You're also catering to a Latino community in terms of partying. You're not sharing a message about like you're playing the piano and you're talking like you're talking about smacking some ass, talking to some bitches, taking down some drinks. Please, baby, do not play that. You're catering to community of party. Because when we go out to drink, when I go out to and they're playing you, I'm gonna take an extra shot because I hear you. So don't try to play that. First of all, because you got to know the audience you cater to. So like that's the reason why I held him to that standard. Because baby, you hold yourself to that standard, whether you like that or not. You know?
Yeah, that's what.
When my community is coming out to see you in Staples Center, that's like from here, it's like 10 minutes away walking it. You know, 12. They're paying hundreds and almost thousands of dollars to see you. And like for him to act that way, like kind of was disappointing because it's like I listen to you, I take the time to like
Because like
get
you
to know you.
acting funny.
And then I also me as a host, you're coming to the restaurant I work at, where I was geeking over you being there, and I'm telling everybody, and I'm trying to keep it low key, and everybody's excited because you're there. You know, you're not trying to take your mask off for 30 seconds. You're trying to be all this and that. Nobody's gonna snitch. Barely anybody posted that he was there that
I
day.
will.
She said barely.
I
anybody.
would-
I will post on.
No.
I will post on Twitter.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny
Yeah.
is here.
Bad
No,
Bunny
pull
alert.
up. Look, right.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I posted it an hour after he left. And then
Boom.
I texted Tati, and I'll name drop right now because my girl Tati loves Bad Bunny. And I texted her specifically to make it out there.
Did she pull up to work
No,
on her day off?
She had woke. No, there was a day off.
That's my
Obviously,
girl.
she's not gonna answer.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she saw that. And I was
She
oh,
was
no.
so bummed, but like that was bumming because it's like you know what you represent. If you represent something serious, people are gonna treat you accordingly. But if you're fiesta and Latinos, we're like, what's up? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, you know, like this and that. Like, what are you gonna have?
And he
Like, what are
like,
you-
wings.
I don't want to talk to you. He's just like, oh, and when he said bye, I was like, I remember he was like, he walked out and he just said bye to everybody, like, and I was like, I love you. He was like, barely wanted to talk. Boy, bye, like, you know, and that's the thing that upset me about him. And I appreciate his music. I still shake my ass to those songs, but but that was disappointing because I saw you in the flesh and it got to experience you in blood, and I was like,
Okay, well, speaking of celebrities, right?
yeah.
So we talked about. Hey. Okay, so we talked about like staff and guests, right? But who is one celebrity
Yeah.
that you're like, I don't give a fuck where I'm at. Like, I'm at work, I'm clocked in.
Yeah.
You gonna get a picture with me today, right now. So I don't have a. So mind you, we get a nice amount of celebrities at our restaurant, right? And it's people that I'm like, ooh, like I said, T.I.
Yeah.
But I'm not really moved to go get a picture with him or go
No.
talk to him. If Rihanna walked
Don't
into-
get-
Oh my God. Yeah.
no, y'all can't pick my girl. Y'all can't
No, that's
pick
no,
your
no,
own girl.
no,
Pick
I'm
your own
picking-
girl.
I'm
Pick
picking
your
her.
own girl.
I'm picking her.
No.
But if Rihanna walked into my building, listen, y'all, I don't know.
I'd be too embarrassed to say anything.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I'd be too
But
like.
she was trying to give me shit about Bad Bunny, baby.
Nah.
Would Bad Bunny be
Would
yours?
Bad Bunny be-
So is Bad Bunny yours?
No.
No.
Not anymore.
Mine.
No, right
Not
now.
after that shit.
So yeah,
I've gotten dissed by Mayweather, by the way, but it's okay because I wanted Pacquiao to win. So
Damn.
I've gotten dissed by Mayweather. Yeah.
I've met him multiple times. He's all right.
So it's.
I mean, he does beat his woman, but other than that, he's
every restaurant I was at, I missed him.
yeah.
But
He's from Vegas, so it's like whatever.
So Rihanna for you?
but at each restaurant that I was at, I heard the same exact story. Anybody that walked up to the table, he tipped them out.
Ooh.
So I worked
he
at
does tip well.
I worked at Cheesecake Factory, heard that story.
Mm-hmm.
Worked at this restaurant, heard the same story. Every time I missed them, the same girl that got into it with your sister, when
She
he
gets
come
tipped
when
out by
when he
him.
comes in,
Yeah.
she
She
will
gets
punch
tipped.
somebody in the face to get that
She gets
table.
him.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, I'm there.
Yeah. But okay, so Rihanna is my girl. Who is your girl? Who is your person?
Honestly, like there is no one. Like I'm
Nobody.
I don't get really like that. Like
You don't idolize. I love that.
not moved to say something. Like I
Mm.
might in the back be like, oh my God, like we saw
Fangirling.
I saw Tyra and I was like very much like, oh my God, Tyra's here. Like I was very excited, but like
But it's nobody.
But I'm so my shame won't allow me. Like I literally saw her from across the room and I just like stood there like really like still and I just smiled. And then she smiled at me and I was like, that's enough.
That's good.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't need anything more than that. So that I would like even Rihanna and I'm like, but I probably wouldn't say anything. No.
I got to.
Too.
I got to. I
The
got.
shame, it runs real deep. I'm like,
I
no.
know. I got to. I got to get in her face.
I love that. I love that for
I
you.
think I'm the same with Desiree. Like I wouldn't do it, but I will stand in the corner and watch.
Yeah, like a
Usher.
creep, like
And
from
like-
the
like-
back,
like this, look.
like looking like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do that.
No.
Yeah.
It would be Usher. Like that's who
Usher.
it is in the corner.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'm just gonna wait for him to take off his shirt because he will do it in like 10 minutes.
no matter
every
where he
single
is,
time.
No matter where
it's coming.
No, I served him and his family. He did not take that shirt off, girl.
No, he
No.
didn't.
Really?
No.
How was he?
You served Usher?
Well, so it was I was
She
at
gotta
Cheesecake
tell us.
Factory.
Usher.
I
And-
didn't start working at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
What?
at the one in Beverly Hills. It was him and his
He's
family.
like, let me get extra brown bread. Yeah,
and
With butter?
and it was kind of crazy because I didn't know that he was at the table with the family.
that would have like,
And I turned that corner and I was like,
right.
Well, that would have been the reaction.
but he ended up leaving early. And then it was like a problem with, go ahead, Marilyn.
She's like coming off. Honestly, Michael Jackson, but he's dead, so.
No, hell no. Pick another person. You
So
can't
done
play
with
around with
you.
no dead person.
So done
He
with
ain't gonna
you.
come. Who is somebody else?
Don't tell me that. Michael Jackson was my person. No, because like if I think about it, like I met a lot of the celebrities I wanted to meet. Okay, so recently with the person you said who will punch somebody who got Mayweather in the face, with her, she was serving and she actually featured on a song with Bad Bunny, and she's a great Mexican songwriter. She's like in her 40s now, and she's been writing music like since she was younger. And I grew up listening to her songs, and a lot of her songs like deal with the themes of heartbreak and everything. And she was at our restaurant the day of her concert. Her concert was later that night,
Oh
I
wow.
was like, who's she?
and I couldn't go. Her name is Julieta Venegas, and she's a Mexican songwriter. And I got to meet her, and she was with a very important man next to her. He was a politician, and somebody else. I think must have been a relative or something. I don't know, but I think it was. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but Carlos Slim or something. I don't know. Could have been him or somebody else. I don't know. But I know he was a very important man because like the way she was behaving around him just told me everything.
Yeah.
Because the way I was seeing that, I was like, oh, and she's been around the industry forever. She's been touring, and I met her. She was a very simple woman, no makeup, glasses, simple dress, very polite. I wouldn't call her nice because she wasn't nice. She was polite.
But she was simple.
Yeah, she wasn't nice because like you take an extra step to be nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to be polite because I always make that thing about me. Like I'm not a nice person. I'm polite.
Ooh.
Okay? I'm polite.
I like
Yeah.
the distinction.
When
Yeah.
I see
Yeah,
you,
it is a distinction.
that's
It
nice.
is,
when
yeah.
I see you, I say hi.
Yeah.
How are you? Cool. I get to work. I'm not like hi.
Doing all the extra.
No.
I appreciate that because I think
Those are the best people to work with.
I'm a little too nice sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
like it's exhausting, honestly,
Yeah.
being so nice because I don't feel that way. Like I told you,
Yeah.
I'm a liar, and that is not.
Oh, the path of life.
Yeah, there it is.
There
There it is. There it is. You know, and I'm just like, but I think it's like the people pleasing like quality. I'm like,
Yeah.
the need to be liked and perceived in like a really good light is so overwhelming that I'll literally kill myself to be like overly nice and overly energetic and overly positive. I don't feel that way. If I'm being honest, I really don't. Like I'd rather just be polite.
And that's the perfect way to
But
go
the
about it.
and that's what
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
and that's what like how do I explain it? Like at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm polite. At the grocery store, I'm polite. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, please, and everything.
Right.
But I feel like I'm a bitch.
You feel like fuck you.
Not even fuck you, but it's just like she works with me.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, like
I don't
how
think.
I
It,
feel.
wait,
I
wait,
feel
Robyn.
like-
I don't think
yeah.
you're a bitch. Let's just put that because she's like she works. I'm a bitch. She works with me. She knows.
She knows. Yeah,
I
like,
didn't
wait,
say it.
hold
I
on.
didn't say it. Oh, wait.
but it's just like in this industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like where is that line? And even when you're at the grocery store, where's that line of politeness and people pleasing?
Mm.
So like let's take it like a step further. When I'm out to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
know
my God.
how I can't speak to well, actually I can speak to like Latinas, but like when we go into a restaurant, we're looked at a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like innately I'm a polite person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like,
See, now that's going over and beyond.
what?
The apology. Why? Sorry for what?
So like,
I'll
I'll
bring
be
up
like,
something, Robyn. About
like this, for instance,
Yeah.
like for instance, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, we've been waiting for like 20 minutes. You know, like where the salad is.
Right.
But because I'm in the industry too, though.
Yeah.
I know how it goes. But I'm thinking in my head, like, am I being like
do they
polite,
Mm-hmm.
or do I want these people to be like, this is not like an angry black bitch? No, but for real though.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like for real though, because
Yeah.
it's just like when you like, I've served like people where I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
So when I go out to eat, I'm trying to like overcompensate
You don't want to be perceived
as that.
But this is the thing. You deserve to be in that space. You don't have to say sorry. There you go. You don't have to apologize for being in that space.
right.
You don't have to apologize for having an expectation of good service. Like you're there. Your money is the same color as anyone else's money. So if the salad is taking too long, the salad is taking too long. Now, I'm saying this as a person that would also be like, "Hey, so sorry. I know it's not you, it's the kitchen, but if you could I'll do the same thing." But also it's like, how long? It's a cold salad. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but at the same time, though, when okay, so like for instance, like when I'm serving like somebody who looks like me, right,
Mm-hmm.
and is all this and all that, right? When I go to a restaurant, I'm like, I don't want to be looked at like this.
Right.
But and when I'm serving somebody that looks like me, I want I want to make sure that they know that they're welcome in this space.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go above and beyond. But
Right.
I go above and beyond for everybody, but especially for people that look like me.
Right.
Because I know how it feels when we're in those spaces.
And you feel
I make sure that they know. Like when they ask me a question that I feel like, this is kind of like
you should know this.
you should know this.
Yeah.
I don't make them feel like you should know this.
Right.
I explain it to them to the T, right?
Because everyone's not privileged to have been in fine dining spaces growing
Right,
up. This
but-
might be their first time.
Yeah, but so when the tip comes and it's like, when the tip comes and the bill is $200 because they ate good.
Right.
They ate like they been out.
Right.
I
They know how to order.
steak and lobster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like the bill is $200. They give me $10. Damn. I'm like, dang. So when I do go out to eat,
over tipping.
no, I'm not over. I do my 20%. I do my 22 if it's like great.
Right.
But I do feel like, see, this is why when we go into these spaces, people feel like
They are not gonna tip.
I ain't gonna treat them all like that. And
Because they do it to you too.
Yeah, and sometimes
Yeah.
I go into spaces where the service is not that great because I feel like they think like, Speaking of a Latino, somebody just asked me what was the best tip?
Back on that.
But real quick, somebody asked me what was the best tip that I ever got. Right? It was just a regular Latino couple. I didn't like they just regular, and I just served them regular, and they were like, "This is the best service that we ever had eating out." Because every time we go out, people just like treat us like.
Did they speak in broken English? Because that was my point.
No, they spoke.
No, I'm gonna bring
No,
up
but
something about that. When
they spoke regular. It was just a regular ass couple. Like it was just a regular couple, and when it was time to tip, they gave me $150.
Jeez.
And they were like, "This is the best service that we ever received."
what does that tell you about their previous experiences?
Trash.
That's what I'm saying. But
They were ignored. That's the point.
but that's what I'm saying because they probably have gone to restaurants
Yeah.
or like they're like you're in the industry and
Not a pity party. I don't want to. My people don't. They sit on it and they analyze and they see it, but they're not gonna think about it every Christmas and every party. Oh, that time we were discriminated. It happens to everything.
Yeah.
And something that I was gonna bring up. It's like a lot of my Latinos who speak in broken English. When they go to a restaurant, like you could say it's their first time dining out there. It's a special occasion. Let's go there. And I've dealt with it with my own mother and my own father. They don't feel like they're part of like when I tell them and I bring back stories of I met so and so at this restaurant. My dad hasn't had, and I've been working there 3 years. He hasn't had a dinner with me there because he hasn't felt comfortable. And now I'm sharing something personal. So like when I'm saying that, like I'm like the broken English part and the stuff that they makes them feel comfortable is because like, oh, millionaires are coming up in there. I don't belong there. That's not even my country. So like when they're made to feel that way by so many other things, like it creates that. And that's not to victimize them because my dad's a big ego, like, you know, so that doesn't define him. But I'm bringing up a point about that. So like when I hear that, we're hitting the 2-hour mark now, but yeah, like when they experience that, they're so grateful, and that's a story they're gonna tell to their kids, and their kids are gonna tell like, oh, that time they paid this much because like this person made us feel like a person, which kind of sounds sad, but it's not a pity party. It's just to like appreciate human connection. Like, oh, you saw me and I saw you, and we shared this moment in time that may never happen again, but it was real, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it goes back to like just being exposed to certain things, you know, like to I guess it's kind of different. I mean, where I've worked, my parents have never been. It's a really nice hotel, very nice restaurant. They've never been for the longest. My brother decided to bring them for my mom's birthday to the restaurant. And my dad's always like, why would you want to work in a restaurant? Why? It's so hard. It's so difficult. Like, it's all of these things. But the moment he stepped foot in where I worked, he was in awe of like the place. It was just like, oh shit, this is where you work. And it was my mom's birthday last year. They all came. It was like my brothers, my mom and dad, my niece's nephew. They came to where I work, and they're just like, oh shit, you're doing well for yourself. But it's just being open to that, like being open to exploring these things. And I know like where sometimes where you go certain places, and I see my servers do this all the time. Oh, they're dressed a certain way. They don't have money. Oh, they're wearing this.
You
They don't have.
you can't do that.
You can't because you don't know, but they do that. And so I've called my server out on certain things, and they think like certain people who are dressed a certain way, they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna spend money. They get stiffed. But then you have other people who are like kind and humble. You show them kindness, and they tip really well.
Yeah.
So you never know. You just have to be humble and good at your job, and just treat everyone the same. You know, you can't pick and choose.
The Mexicans who be dressed humble.
Girl, put that mic in over there.
Okay, the Mexicans who are dressed humble, they got land in Mexico. They're
ranches.
fighting over they got land, and you'll hear about this and then make a meme out of it, like right, like oh my family fighting over this terreno. Some of them are fighting over rural terrenos, but right now, especially to the industry perspective, if we talk about agave, and the land is being bought in Mexico by all these big famous people, and they're wearing out the agave plants and stuff like that
Oh wow.
in Mexico. Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about it back there. We can hear that. We can hear that.
I love my tequila, so y'all relax.
Take it easy.
Casamigos, and that's not even like real tequila, but I'm telling you, like all these celebrities who are creating these, like, yeah, I diss Casamigos. I like
Dang,
it.
I love Casamigos.
I love a Casamigos cocktail, but it's not real tequila. But you know, yeah. So, yeah, especially how you said, like when they're dressed a certain way, and that's when we know like perception has a lot to do with behind the industry, why we care about how we come off to you, and why we care about how you come off to us.
I mean, it goes back to like you said, when you go to a certain restaurant and it's how you bring up the complaint, how you bring up slow service and all that stuff. Because I have friends that are like, they made my best friend, she's vegan, so sometimes she'll ask for certain things and they bring it out wrong. I was like, you told them what you wanted. It's okay to point it out. Say, I'm so sorry, I'm vegan. I can't have cheese. Right? You're paying for the food, so it's not like you're like, what the fuck is this?
Right,
like,
right.
I'm so sorry. Like, this is what I ordered. I don't know if I made a mistake, but I need to make it this way. Like, I need it this way. And it's okay. It's okay to bring up concerns. It's how you go about it. Right?
Right. And that is a good point, because like I have some people that are like, the way that they complain, I'm like, I don't want to do a damn thing for you.
Yeah.
Right? And then I have some people who are like, I am so sorry, but like, and I'm like, what do you want? I want to make this right for you.
wanna make it
Like, 'cause
right.
I want to
It's how
do
you
it.
approach
Because
it.
it's just the way that you approach it.
Yeah.
I think it's also like, right, so you come from like a place where you're like, oh, I'm a person of color. Maybe I don't feel super comfortable in this space, or I've never been in a space like this. It makes me uncomfortable. Or I have to tell the server that this was not to my liking, or it was done incorrectly, which is also difficult. But then it's also like, as all women on this couch, it's also even more difficult being a woman and then speaking up on it as well. So it's like, it is so layered. It's
very layered.
It's so layered, right? So it's like, okay, so I'm a person of color, I'm in this space. I'm a young woman, I'm in this space. I'm a woman, I'm in this space.
And now I'm,
Yeah.
I'm being a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're like, damn. Yeah.
I'll find myself like
That part.
stumbling over words,
Yes.
and I'll go up to the table and I'll be like, and it kind of like ignore you, and it'll be like men in suits, and
Yes.
sometimes I feel like, okay, Marilyn, it's part of like your projection. Like,
Yeah.
you're insecure, so that's you. You need to work on your confidence. You need
Yeah.
to, sometimes I'll be confident. Hi, how are you doing? What can I get for you? Okay, so you got this and you got that, because I know, because the server already told me what seat. And
Yeah.
then you'll still play dumb with me. You'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, no, I know you got this
Yeah.
because you're seat 1 and you're seat 2 and you're seat 3 and you're seat 4.
Right. Look, you
And-
better figure it out. I'm gonna set it on the table and you guys can
Yeah,
switch plates.
sometimes
Oh,
I
I
will
do that. I do
What?
that a lot.
No,
What?
I do that. a
If
lot.
y'all want to play the quiet game, I'm gonna sit
I'll
this down.
play-
Y'all gonna figure it out.
I'll be the quietest. Like I won't come up to
You
you
can
and
sit
say
there and
nothing.
starve for all I
Yeah,
care.
and y'all better, it better not be steaks because I'm
Right.
putting this medium rare and this medium well
Yeah, and you're just
together.
figure it out.
yeah.
Oops, you gotta look at the red and figure it out, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn color theory. I don't know.
That is the thing. Like I know, like as a manager, when people are talking about I'm spending $10,000 on this stay, because a lot of times that's the type of cash that we're talking about. We're talking
Wow.
about
Okay.
oh yeah. We're talking big money, right? And so you're talking big money and you're talking big men, right? And so you think that you're going to come up in my face and try to stand over me and talk down to me because I'm a young African American woman. Absolutely not. Because in heels, honey, I'm 6'2". I'm looking at you eye to eye.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
My girl, she said, I'm 6'2", babe. What's
Because,
good?
because it's true. I've seen some of my like smaller stature, women, that are my coworkers getting fucking dragged. And I'm like,
Yep.
the only reason you're talking to her or him like that is because you think that you're someone because you got height and a little bit of money.
Girl, you're not lying about that.
I will cancel the whole reservation and kick you out of the hotel so quick.
You're not lying about
Should
that.
Love it. I love it. Me and you both we'll be so quick to be like, oh, you don't like the service?
Oh.
I will recommend you a different restaurant. Here's a check.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you want me to cancel the reservation? Because I will refund the money so quick. It'll be on your card in 72 hours.
But I
Goodbye.
love how you have their back.
Done.
Like we need to feel that as like
Yeah.
I don't want to call us just employees because we're more than that.
Mhm.
But like we need to feel like we're backed by management.
That's really important.
That
I
is.
think that is
If
so
you don't
important.
feel that, that also kind of create like not only like puts down your credibility in front of like a guest when you argue with them, because you will pick and choose your battles. You'll be like, yeah, my manager's not gonna care about this,
So I'm not going to
so
care.
so I'm not gonna care.
Yeah.
But you care the whole time. It kind of puts you down,
Yeah.
and they don't know that. So like if we feel backed by you, like it gives us all the more power.
Mhm.
Guess what? We're gonna come on time to work. We're gonna take this job seriously. We might want to pick up more shifts than we should because we feel backed by that team.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, like people don't know that it's a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But I'm gonna say though, you better have a legitimate excuse for me to back you though. Like I'm gonna ask you,
No,
know,
and
because
that's
if you can
perfectly
throw some
fine.
bullshit at me, like
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
No,
100%,
that's perfectly
100%, because
fine.
it's times where it's like,
you're playing.
and
So I'm gonna
I-
ask you what's going on. You
yeah,
better-
and I've been in management, so it's sometimes where it's like, babe, you can go and handle this. I don't care how you handle it. I'm not getting paid for this, so you go and talk to them. But it is sometimes where it's like, I need you to have my back on this one.
yeah, absolutely.
But as a server or a bartender, you gotta know when it's a difference. When it's like, let the management handle it and let them just
Yes.
go ahead and roll
Oh
on it.
my God.
And when it's one of those times like, no, I like, so like for instance, like as a server and bartender, legally it's our job to know when it's time for somebody to be cut off,
cut them off.
For drinking.
Yeah.
Legally is so if you don't
you
know,
have to get fucking trained on it.
yeah,
and get certified.
yeah,
so,
we
yes.
have to take a couple of hours of training. So people, if you don't know, legally it's our job to know when to cut you off based on your height, BMI, all of these different things. We're trained on it, right? So, hey.
Hi.
So,
All right. So this finish your thought, and then now
Well-
with Kia here, actually I'll go into this on part one.
oh,
Sorry.
we have somebody.
This will be the one time a man actually comes in on this. But we have Kia here who is getting ready to move to Australia.
Oh, wow.
But Kia was also our very, very first female co-host on this show. So to have an all-female panel on her way out to be able to say goodbye, there's no better way to do it. So,
Yay.
welcome, Kia.
Hi.
Come on, get on in here. Get on in here.
You need a pour.
Hi, guys.
Hey, girl.
Miss me? Absolutely.
How are you guys doing tonight? Good.
Good. Chatting.
We were just talking about like how backing up, like management backing up like servers or bartenders.
Bitch.
Yes, yes. So I was just telling them that like we're trained to cut off guests when they're too lit, right?
Yes, and that's
So
it's very hard to do that. It's actually it's it I wouldn't say it's our job specifically. Like yes, of course, like if I would like to notify my manager.
right, that's what I was. Yep, right, right.
I like to notify my manager like, "Hey, like this gas is a little turnt. If I cut them off personally, they might not react well
Right.
with me in uniform
Mhm.
to this message, but you as a manager, it'd be nicer to have like you go in with your suit or with your, when you look a little bit more,
Right, exactly.
then you're like, okay, like I'd
So
rather
that's what,
that.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like having like either when you need someone to have your back, or you just let the manager you deal with it.
Mhm.
So it's like you go up to the manager, you're like, this table is too lit. They're too lit. I need you to cut them off. Like I need you to cut them off. Or it's like, hey, I need you to go like talk to this table and see what you think. If you think they're like too lit.
Mhm.
And it's like it's one or the other.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Usually, like my managers will always like trust me, and usually, if you're a manager, like I hope you trust your servers or bartenders. So when I say, "Hey, no, no more, no más," I hope my manager also believes me and is also like, "Yeah, okay, no more. Let's cut them off." But it's who tells the guests that they're cut off. That's the issue.
I leave it up to my server. If they want me to go, I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
If they feel comfortable in doing it, which I empower them to do, like you feel comfortable in handling it, by all means handle it. I'll be right here if you need me to come.
Right,
I'll
right.
go.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on the situation because if
And
I
we
can,
have security
if I-
too, just in case.
Yeah.
my security,
Because
knows.
you can tell.
So dead.
can
I
tell.
miss. I miss
my
like
security don't do shit.
I
so.
miss a lot.
What?
I miss a
Ours are
lot
crazy.
today. I don't know where you guys work, so I'm like, for me, I'm like, oh, my security only comes in when I'm like, the manager has now talked to them. We have talked to them, and now you got this big ass security guard in a suit carrying you the fuck out.
I would say we have
Code 3. Code 3. That's code 3. Code 4 is like you're in the middle.
Wait, code 3 is lower than code 4?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh, wait, hold on. 'Cause I think
put the mic right here.
we did
Like,
code.
like what is the highest code?
We did
I'll
code.
remind her on
We
that.
did code 4, and they were like, no, it's code
I
3.
think ours are
It's kind of like you go like
So-
this, and you're like,
Code 4 is like the highest. Like that's like the we need to get them the fuck
but
out of
but
here.
I think like code 3 is like somebody's giving you trouble,
Okay.
like in terms of like they're being like not civil, if I can
Like
say
Like
that.
disrespectful and
And code 4 is like this is an emergency, like health. So then you know how to treat it. Because if it's like health, like you're gonna try to get on the phone as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
wait,
then
y'all security don't do nothing for y'all?
Takes them forever.
it takes them a really
No.
long
It
time.
takes them forever.
I usually handle it on my
It
own.
takes
For
them
you
forever.
too?
We used
But
to work
they-
in the same place.
But
Dead.
Yeah.
Robyn, there are
Yeah.
hotels, so
Yes.
like they have so many.
They probably have a
the
lot of.
hotel is hotel is
Okay.
big.
Our security's like there, so they
No.
could see us
Our
at the
security
bar.
is the
We're like,
bomb.
yeah.
No.
I told my security like 2 days ago. I was like, I want to start some drama just because I know you got my
She
back.
plays.
I've
to
gotten
them.
responses like, "So what do you want me to do?" I was like, "What
Yes.
do you mean? What do you want me to do?
Oh,
I
our
need you
no.
to take him outside."
No.
I was like, I've already talked to him.
No.
I've already said,
Our
"You're
security
done."
don't play.
They have our
do not
back
play.
like
They do
that.
not play. They're like a part of the family. Like
Family.
at a certain time, they go around the restaurant.
I mean, I'm
They
not
tell
gonna-
everybody to get out, and they do not leave until everybody is out the restaurant at
No.
night.
No, I'm not gonna say all of them.
That's
but
right.
like
There are like
75%.
one or two that you can call on and be like, all right, I know I feel safe. I feel like they're gonna handle it. But I've had an experience where I had to go up to a suite, and this was when I was like, I don't know, 26. I was young. I felt very young. I felt very inexperienced.
And
It's-
burnable.
It's a
Yeah.
Saturday night. It's a full hotel. There is a suite with probably 30 people in it,
Ooh.
which is
They're already playing y'all.
yeah, this already there are, God bless them, but there are strippers walking through the lobby. in G-strings because
Oh,
they're
God.
having,
They're thinking they bought out the floor.
yeah,
That's what they're thinking. They did.
there are flyers going around.
We
There
gonna take
are
this shot together.
random men.
We go. I hope you get ready.
I was that was supposed to be for the end of the that was supposed to be for the end of the show, and
No,
I definitely like
It's okay.
drank it pre.
Take it. How did you?
Oh baby,
She's quick.
I am quick with it. I'm quick with it.
She is, girl.
Wait, but hold on. So your hotel,
Mhm.
you guys just let in anyone and everyone?
Well, this is the thing. We didn't know it was happening until we knew it was happening.
Oh, so it was alright. Like the girls in the stripper heels and the naked.
It was
like, walking
already
in.
it was already in motion.
You
And
know,
so,
a man from the Caucasus Island was through the peephole, like, and his
See,
wife
she-
in the back, like, what you
See,
looking
she
at?
know this
Literally.
Caucasus Island now. Now
Yeah,
she
she stuck
not
on it.
not on that island. Then she ready to
She said
roll.
the Caucasus Island.
Yes.
yeah.
So wait.
That was- it was-
So Key. So Nando said that you're going to Australia. Why are you going to Australia?
So yeah, I am moving to Australia soon. Don't worry, the men will have me on one more time.
Oh, she said,
Before
why are
I
you going to the
leave.
Caucasus Island number 2?
I'm
No,
going-
they got their
Aboriginals.
Aboriginals.
Be careful how you say that word. It's like the N word, like down.
So how do
there.
you say it?
I'm not gonna repeat it because I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But they're also they're. But I just know like that, and then the shorter version of that is like not okay. So we are good.
we'll use the.
But so
I
where
think
do you?
the first one you said? I think the one you said was
Aboriginals.
fine. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I
So
think
what?
it's
So
fine.
what's the venture?
So I told myself before I turn 30, I need to do something absolutely bonkers crazy. And I'm born and raised in LA. You guys know this if you've been watching the show. I'm born and raised in LA. I've been here my whole life. I traveled the world, yes, but I've never lived anywhere else. And I feel like I've gotten too comfortable and complacent here with my jobs and how I live my life. I think I've done everything I wanted to do in LA. Like, ask me anything, I've probably done it, good or bad. Done it. And I just need to go somewhere where I don't know things. Like over there, they use public transportation, and their public transportation is amazing. I've been to Australia before. It's fucking great. I just don't know how to. I hate you so much, and don't stare at me. You're gonna invite me back on the show one more time.
I just need everyone to stop taking their shots before it's time.
Oh, no, she took hers. Yeah, it's okay.
Well, I took my shot because I love what you said, like, and cheers to that. And I'm so happy for you. No, I'm so happy for her, like, to say, like, she's. I'm born and raised in LA, and it's so dope to like get to say that and mean it fully. To be like, I've done everything I've wanted to do. A lot of people don't say that,
I grew up by the beach, hate the beach, lived in downtown LA, love downtown.
and that's
LA.
beautiful to like say.
You know, I've done everything I truly wanted to do here. I've been to the mansion parties in the hills. I've signed some NDAs that I'm like, well,
Wait, what?
shit happened. I've done everything and anything I could possibly want to. I'm an after hours queen. Everyone knows. Like, if you need to go to after hours, I'm the one to hit up.
Before you leave, let's chat.
And she's like,
yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
tonight on a Monday.
Well,
Yeah, right.
but to finish it off, the reason I'm leaving is basically I need a new adventure. I need a new
Best of luck.
Challenge?
pool. Do not drink it. I swear to
No,
God.
everybody get your shots in
Because
your hand.
Nando will kill me.
No, because we're gonna take a shot to
We're
you.
gonna take it, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the shot.
So, okay, real quick. So, to finish it off, I just need to live somewhere where I don't know anything. I don't know, basically. Oh my God, all the boys are here. They all came up from behind. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
They all, oh my God, there's so many of you. Okay. I need a new adventure. I need to meet people that have never been in anything that I've ever been in. I need to hear "nar" like a lot.
Stop.
Yeah.
I need to hear "cunt" a lot. No, I don't. I actually hate that word, and it scares me every time.
I
hear it.
love that word.
I am
Please.
I am a child that has driven my entire life, so I want to go somewhere where I have to figure out what public transportation means. I don't know how to do it, so it's gonna be great. I'm gonna end up in the wrong side of fucking. I don't think there's a wrong side of Australia. Well, Melbourne. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be in Melbourne anyway.
Well, we wish the best
I'm like
of
rambling
luck.
right now because I'm like so nervous because all the boys are literally standing off camera. But I'm super excited. I fuck. I
What?
oh, don't worry. Down under, we go
Yeah.
down under. I might come back in a year and be like, I'm pregnant. Anyway, no. Yes. I'm planning on going out there without a return date of coming back. I hope I stay out there forever. And if I don't, I hope to go to Japan like I wished I had done in the first place. But yeah, this is my last 2 weeks in LA. So when this episode is posted, I'll be in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne, like the LA say it.
Well, let's take a shot. Key, I just met you like 2 seconds ago.
5 seconds ago.
Oh wow.
These boys have known me for so long.
There they are.
And we
Please
best of
come out here,
luck.
or is it just gonna be him? Rob, come sit next to me. Rob, come here.
They have to have a theme song coming in.
They'll play one, I promise. Thank you guys so much for loving me
Good
and
luck.
having me
Good
on
luck
this
out there,
fucking
man.
show.
That's good luck. That is like really inspiring.
Truly.
And I hope that you find everything that you want to out there. And I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you. That's some real shit. I'm proud of you.
I have to really quickly thank the boys because deadass, I came onto this show and they had not had a girl on at all ever. And it was hilarious. And I was like, well, you're lucky. I'm bi, so I'm basically a guy. But I was also short haired. I had short hair and it was blue, I think, at the time. I think that was my first episode. My hair was short and blue. And you guys welcomed me like a family and you guys treated me like your own. And, you know, we have a family. And, you know, no matter where this goes, because I know it's going to be big. And guess what? Industry Perspective might be coming to Australia. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I want to thank you guys. I want to thank P. I want to thank Rob. I want to thank my bestie with the best hestie, but hair. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. There was no ding there. It's okay. Thank you guys so much for loving me, having me. Are you crying? Do not cry right now. I am literally gonna cry. Oh my god, no. Fuck. Oh my god. Damn it, Nando, you ass. I have loved working with you guys these past few months. You guys have made me like honestly grow and feel welcome. Fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you. I did not come on here to cry right now. Fuck you. I'm still here for like an extra week. I will be on another episode. So this is actually lame. I'll do my actual true goodbye later. So we're gonna cheers to me not being gone, but being gone. Anyway, thank you to the Industry Perspective. And I hope you guys all love this and watch it and follow every fucking link on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. We love you. Cheers. Oh, I hate you, Dad. I hate you so fucking much. You started it. I didn't cry.
Whoa, Marilyn.
I didn't cry until you cried.
Yeah, you did it, girl.